Started including my
All right.
Noah.
Make sure y'all include your audio, bro.
Got you.
All right, you guys ready, fam?
Cruising down the campfire.
Noah, he dyed his hair purple and he said, "Fuck the art."
All right, boys. Hey, you guys ready, bro?
Yeah, man.
I mean, yeah, we're all
Let's
up
do
here.
it.
Oh.
All right, fam. All right. Welcome to the newest podcast. Welcome to Life. I'm your host, Blackout. King, you like to introduce yourself?
Life.
My nigga. Okay. Nick.
I'm a retard.
Fails.
Hello there.
All right, we got special guests today. We got Xazions in the building. V5. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Oh my God! Somebody keeps hitting me. I can't tell if it's a dog or if it's pedo Noah over there. He
Would you
jumped
guys like to
ship,
introduce yourself?
dyed his hair and everything. So sorry for the lack of
Introduce
drip.
yourself.
And I would have tucked my shirt in, but the game doesn't allow
Say
it,
something,
you know?
nigga. Introduce yourself. You see everyone without armor. You see this nigga right here.
Introduce yourself, fam.
Oh, well, I am Xazion. I have a YouTube channel, and Minecraft is something I don't ever get on anymore, so looking at all these characters makes me a little uncomfortable, but I think we'll be able to get around this.
Nigga, I'm a training with a beard.
See, and he's like, introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, bro, y'all used to know me as V5 Games, you know, the Hamada Slayer, the legend, the beast of smoke. Anyways, I'm retired. Hey, bro, I'm hungry. Hey,
Yo!
bro, I'm hungry. I got potatoes on the sack, you feel me? Alright, anyways, let's
Yo,
get
did you fry these potatoes?
Alright, boys, and don't forget Zod. Introduce yourself, Zod.
Nah,
That's a
bro,
snowman.
I'm raw, just like your girl.
Zod.
Oh, everybody, please be quiet. Everybody, please be quiet. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Zod.
Alright, so let's get to the first question. V5.
Alright, what they do?
Alright, let's get to the first question.
Okay, what's the first
Alright,
question?
how do you feel about the new consoles that are dropping
A new
in
console?
less than 2 weeks?
Alright, here's my opinion about it. Xbox is kind of, you know, down bad. You feel me? Like, Xbox is down bad, homie. I'm saying, like, it's down bad. You feel me? PS4 or PS5, whatever the fuck, is like just killing it. Those niggas got everything in the bank. They got miles. Shit.
Nigga, they fucked up Spider-Man badly.
Yeah, they kind of did. Not gonna
They
lie.
changed my nigga Peter's face, bro. Looks like Tom Holland almost. I was sad.
Alright, Tom Holland is trash, bro. I'm sorry. If y'all like Tom Holland, just leave the
Hey, yo,
screen,
wait, hey,
or
wait,
just
yo,
leave
legend
the
looking
parts
for a
where I'm
second.
talking.
What's wrong with the
look at
homie
me.
Tom, bro? Tom's just a kid, man.
Hey, let him talk. Whoever's doing that, can you stop?
I don't
Look at
like
that
Tom,
noise,
bro.
shit.
Tom is not no Toby. You know Toby, bro.
Okay, first off, Pablo, is your audio included?
I see. Let me help you out, my nigga.
Cause it'd be like, it'd be we were just talking that one.
Alright, now
nigga.
anyways, can you saying V5?
I watched you kick him.
Oh!
Dang.
Damn, he was out this
Wait.
bit faster than
Yo,
a suicide
V5,
bomber,
question.
bro.
You heard about
What
the
he
new
do?
Spider? You heard about the Spider which includes Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and that
We don't
Spider-Man
talk about
dude.
that. We don't talk. Alright.
Yes, we
alright.
do.
Alright, fine. As
Well,
long
if
as
we're
it
talking about
doesn't
Spider-Man,
involve
can we
Andrew
at least talk
Garfield.
about
Listen,
how
if it does
Tobey
not
Maguire's the
involve
only
Andrew
American
Garfield,
Spider-Man to actually play
I can
Spider-Man?
get behind it, okay?
Okay. Alright,
But-
alright, let's do this. Let's continue this upstairs. Getting the fuck out of here.
I feel like this is going
Goddamn
other
pieces
places
and
when he
shit.
says that we'll continue this upstairs, but
Get
there's 8 of
kicked
us,
out
so
the
I'm gonna
server.
roll
Don't
with
think
it
that
till
way.
somebody tries to grab my shit. Man, just floated up the ladder.
Oh,
I'm crap for you. So this is up. Don't you mean outside blackout or I don't know?
Yeah, outside. That's what I meant. Alright, now V5. Back to what you were saying. What is your issue with Tom Holland?
nice issue.
Oh, my
Is that
bad.
a parent?
Oh, y'all said Tom Holland. Alright, listen, bro.
Why do you have 2 parents?
The direction
Because I tamed
and
them.
the story. Alright, listen. The direction of the movies that Tom Holland has been in for his own little Spider-Man thing. bro, it's just lame, bro. Like, this man's getting all his equipment, first off. Like he doesn't got the struggle, bro. He ain't through the struggle, you feel me? That Spider-Man went through. But boy, Toby, you feel that.
I get
This man
that.
Tom, bro, that man Tom lame, bro. That man Tom's story just lame, period.
I don't know though, bro. I mean, not to cut you off right there, but if you think about it, basically, you've got to be able to incorporate Spider-Man into the Marvel universe, especially the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in a way that makes sense. And just him being around, but nobody said nothing for the last 10 years in movies, doesn't really make a lot of sense for him to just, not
I
have
get what you're
stuff.
saying. I get what
So-
you're saying. I get what you're saying. But here's my thing about it, right? You have no Uncle Ben in that universe, right?
Actually, I think he does have an Uncle Ben. They just don't.
No,
talk about
No,
it.
he don't. He's dead.
Where's
Yeah,
the great
every-
power come?
every
where's
Peter
the
Parker
great
or
power
Spider-Man
comes with
person lose.
responsibility? Where is that?
Almost everyone loses an Uncle
I
Ben.
think that. All right, I think the reason it's gone is because it's the same thing with Batman. I am tired of seeing a Batman and the very first new series Batman. You got to watch Bruce Wayne's parents die. I'm seeing Uncle Ben die. You know what I'm saying? I think that
But I'm
may be
saying
what it
that you
is.
should
But
progress the story further on then, so that way you don't have to see that part. You feel
Hey,
me?
yo,
I agree with
My-
you there, bro. I feel like they didn't do a good job either compared to what they should have done. I felt like there should have been times, especially in his own movies, where he's not just some kid looking up to Tony Stark as like his main role model / mentor.
That's the thing though, because in the comics, for some of them I've read, I don't know if he does, Iron Man like a kid starting out and doesn't have a suit or whatever. Because
I think he does in one
Hey,
of
yo,
them, but it was
can I
like
be frank?
it didn't do that well in the series as a comic book series. But I don't remember what title, what it's called or anything. So
yeah, okay. Well, like you feel me? Like, come on, bro.
he got it
If we
easy.
had
Yeah,
a
I do.
real debate,
I
it's
know what you're
basically
saying,
between,
bro.
Tom Holland
Need to
and
include that
Tobey
stuff.
Maguire are basically like the two Spider-Mans that people talk about, and I'm okay with Tom Holland doing his thing. I just don't like the story's direction that they basically placed him in.
You know what
Yeah,
I don't like? That
makes
nigga got it
sense.
easy. Nigga got it easy. Yo had Tony Stark, no Uncle Ben. Nigga got a straight Avenger saying, "I'll be your mentor, give you a new suit
Exactly,
too, and
bro.
another new suit too,
Exactly.
and again, bro, another new
And,
suit.
hey,
Take
bro,
on your own suit."
imagine
And I'm
getting
like,
your
damn,
suit taken
bro.
away from you, bro.
I mean, technically,
Yeah, I
that's
know,
still
you're
his
Spider-Man.
property.
No,
Technically,
give me your suit back. Like the
Technically, he gave it to him as a gift. See if he was ready for it. And then when he proved he wasn't, when he was like, let that ship get crashed and people die. You tell me you wouldn't do the same thing to him. You tell me you wouldn't.
Well, I mean, all right, this is the way I look at it. I feel like the only reason that the story's progressed the way it has is because Sony wouldn't since Stan Lee sold the rights to Sony. Unfortunately, that's all that they could do was to write it that way. But I don't see why, because I feel like you on this V5. I don't see why they couldn't have incorporated Uncle Ben being a crucial part of his upbringing, where now it's like he doesn't even exist. He exists. It's just they never talk about him. But I'll be
Precisely.
honest, with great power comes great responsibility came from Tobey Maguire. The very first that's not in the comics.
All right.
As far as I can remember, and I've watched
Actually,
It was in the
I
comic
even watched
before,
the
where it
Spider-Man
said-
Unlimited.
It was in the comics. That's what I was about to
Okay.
say. I was
With
like,
animals.
all right, but wait, no, that can't be true.
You see, it started with
Because
Tobey
everything
Maguire.
originates from
Okay.
Toby,
okay,
though.
Okay. Sorry to cut you
Not-
off. I'm glad you said that. Now let me ask you this question, all right? Sorry to cut you off. Let me ask you this question, okay? Now you're talking about Tobey Maguire, right? Let's talk about the new Spider-Man movie that's coming up in 2021, Into the Spider-Verse with Tobey Maguire, the TV Spider-Man.
Wait,
Tom
that's
Holland. How do you
confirmed?
feel about that?
No.
I thought
Yeah,
that was all.
Yeah, it's confirmed. And that other guy, I
It's
forgot his
confirmed.
name. Andrew something, Freddie
If
Hayes.
If that
Spider-Man.
is actually confirmed,
It
here's
is.
my opinion about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tobey
okay.
Maguire gonna
What's your
try to
opinion
beat
about
their
Here's my
ass.
opinion about it. Tobey Maguire, I'm expecting a lot. I think his films are really good. Tom Holland has
Give me a
some
high
really
five.
good acting. Nigga.
High five, bro.
Anyways, Tom Holland, he's a good actor. I do like, how he looks more than Toby.
Yeah.
I just prefer him. I prefer the story to be better, technically. That's the only reason I dish on Tom Holland a little bit more. That and nigga. MJ is not supposed to be black. All right, I'm sorry.
Yo, are you
Yeah,
understand
I agree
too,
with
bro?
that.
I'm
I
sorry.
agree with
Yo,
that.
Yo,
That
I'm
gets
not
on
gonna
my
cap. I
nerves.
agree with you, bro.
It just don't make sense.
I'm not gonna cap, bro. I agree with you. Like, I
I
don't know
agree
why they
with
put. I don't know why they would put Zendaya.
Because
as
it's
the
like
fucking-
Yo,
It's
like
you got
do
you got
y'all-
that
do y'all
first
watch The
one
Flash,
white,
bro? Do y'all
second
watch
one
The Flash on
white.
CV or CW, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, yeah. It's
Bro,
all
it's the same
virtue
thing with
signaling.
Iris West.
It's virtue
Like, they
sig- it's
made
just
her
like in the
black. That
commercials.
makes no sense.
But then, most of them were grown men. He's a high school student. So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what?
Well, Spider-Man wasn't like, all right, a lot of people forget this, but even
He
back
started
when
in high school, yeah.
he
I know.
like Spider-Man was Spider-Man in high school, and that's where like I could get around Tobey Maguire being in high school and jump because that was like the very first legitimate Spider-Man movie, and it was good. I remember my mom and dad took me to theaters to watch it. It was a great movie. Not my dad.
Yeah,
but
You
my
got
mom
to the
did.
theaters? I watched
It's
that shit
a
on my
classic.
TV.
Yeah, it's a classic, but I'll be honest, I don't like Tobey Maguire acting as Spider-Man. I feel like he's too much of a crybaby. But that's just me. I feel like this is the way that they should have. I feel like Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland are the two best Spider-Man actors, but I feel like Andrew Garfield's
disagree
Spider-Man
about
should not
Andrew
have.
Garfield.
Hey, wait.
Andrew
can I put something
Garfield
out
should
real
have been
quick?
put in college, and they shouldn't have recapped all of the stuff with Uncle Ben like they didn't do. It was a real quick thing. I didn't mind that, but he looks too old to be in high school. They should have made him the college version of Spider-Man.
They should
Tom
have,
Holland should
but-
be the high school version. Tobey Maguire should have been the grown version where he marries Mary Jane. I mean, out of all of the think of any superhero right now, the best superhero marriage is not Superman and Lois Lane. It's Spider-Man and Mary Jane, Peter Parker and Mary Jane. And they were married for years in the comic books. I'm talking like 20, 30 years,
Personally,
dude.
I think
Let me say this. Let me say this for a second.
But
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they got the bad done of hands, while Tom Holland got the good shit. Mary Jane broke up with that nigga when he tried to propose to her. I said,
mean-
damn. And then
Yeah,
Andrew.
Yeah,
it was
you're not
fucked
wrong.
up. Like, yeah.
You're not wrong because you gotta look at it like this. With Tom Holland, the reason why he got the good shit is because his mentor was fucking Iron Man. You gotta look at it like that. His mentor was Iron Man. They didn't
Yeah,
have Iron Man
nigga
as a
got
mentor.
no hardships. Of course he like messed up, but then he got
But
like.
the reason why, and I kind of agree with V5 why he's saying Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man, because his powers are actually spider powers. They're not
Yeah,
fucking
it comes
made
from
by
his
But in the-
emotions.
Okay,
Yeah, it comes from
well,
his emotions in the movie. Like, when he was starting down himself, he couldn't swing his webs or even call
Spider-Man
the
2,
war.
that was
anything.
Spider-Man 2.
I like that idea. I was like, you know what? That was pretty tough.
That was a
Well,
good
see-
Yeah,
idea that
exactly.
came from Stan
And
Lee
then when-
himself.
And then once he saw Mary Jane, then realized that he had to be the hero. And while still trying to maintain his life, he realized he had to do what he had to do. For Octopus, I'm not
Exactly,
gonna lie,
because in Spider-Man
the train
1,
fight
he
was
a-
fire. Nigga was killing it till he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Well, my whole thing is, I don't mind the Tobey Maguire stuff with like all his powers. I only have one problem with his power, or two problems.
Is it his web?
Yes.
I
In
knew
the
it.
comic books, he never ever shot webs from his wrist. That's stupid. Because in reality, why would you shoot webs from your wrist and not your asshole if you look at it like that? You know what I mean? Like
But listen,
spiders
listen,
shoot
he's
webs
got a
from the
point.
asshole. So if
But
you want to go
listen.
that route, why ain't he shooting it from his asshole?
But listen,
you know what I
listen, you
mean?
have to get to this point. Tobey Maguire and not Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield, they had to develop web shooters, and you know
Yeah,
that,
they
right?
made their.
But
that's
they
what I
had
did like
limited.
about
They
it.
had limited. While it only based on his emotions. So if he all straight headed and cool, he got like a limited amount of webs. But if he started down himself or do something else like that, he runs out. So most of the time he
Yeah.
hardly doubts himself in battle, which is why I like the idea of how he doesn't need web shooters to sling his webs. I feel
I mean,
like it's the only downside with every Spider-Man, the web shooters.
But I will say this though: the thing about Spider-Man in general is, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is just as smart, if not as smart as, or smarter than, Tony Stark. He is literally one of the smartest people in the MCU. Like, web shooters, made his own costume. He's quirky, he's funny, and he's the only other person other than Deadpool that can somewhat break the fourth wall, that can
Yeah,
talk to
but,
viewers. And that's not a big deal for me, but my whole
I
thing
find it
is,
funny.
when you, yeah, I like it too, where he's like, especially like Drake Bell that does the new Spider-Man. When he stops, the whole camera stops. He goes, "Well, you can see right now what I'm looking at." And like I don't need that in a movie. But what I'm saying is, you got to at least show how smart Spider-Man is, because Peter Parker makes his own web shooters, other than in the Tom Holland version. Which, is like I can get around it, you know. I really can. I can get around it, but it's one of the things where if you don't bring it up, you're not using because even in the Tobey Maguire series, the Andrew Garfield series, like they didn't show how smart Peter Parker was. At least in the new ones, they are smart. He is. Iron Man was like, or Tony Stark was like, "Did you take this?" Talking about his web flu, he said, "Yeah, it's a compound of such and such and such and such." He's like, "Now give me that." You know, it's that type of deal. I like that version of Spider-Man. I don't like an organic version of Spider-Man. But that's just me.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this. Honestly, between all three of the actors who play Spider-Man, Tom Holland, the version of Spider-Man, he already got exposed for being like his real hero, like his real name.
Well, right now, and that's where I'm with V5 on this. Is I don't know where they're gonna go in the story with this, because this never happened in Spider-Man, and then when it did happen, all reality got broke, or I don't remember exactly what happened, but when he did get exposed,
I think in the newest Spider-Man,
they made
in the comics, not the movies. In the comics, not the movies.
Yeah, no.
All right, hold
Some
up.
of them are just not going off the comics, which is an interesting standpoint, because the first one, like I said, that was Stan Lee with Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield is... People have their preferences of him. He is not a preference for me. I do love the heroine of the story of Amazing Spider-Man. I think she was really good. Personally, one of my favorites, because that's Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Wait.
Because in the comics, it's so much better.
Oh yeah.
But the movie could have been 10
Yo,
times
for a quick
better.
second.
The Green Goblin's just...
Y'all know Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, right? You know what? No, I'm thinking back at it when their Uncle Ben's died. Bro, them niggas had some nasty ass cries that made me laugh. Listen for a second.
Tobey Maguire.
Listen.
But that's part of the reason I think they told him to act. You know, I think a lot of the direction of that was them telling him be sad,
what the
cry.
fuck is that?
I don't know why I'm thinking about it now. Them niggas had some ugly cries. I was like,
Alright, so sorry.
That bottle lip stuck out so far.
Okay. So let's go out through it a bit, alright? Let's talk about Miles Morales. How do you view him as Spider-Man?
for
I
me,
like Miles Morales.
I feel like he went almost based off of someone of Tobey Maguire, but instead, he got his like uncle killed. I forgot what his name I forgot what his name was.
It wasn't.
It was
I don't
uncle's.
think it was his uncle.
No,
I think
he
it was
hasn't.
dad.
No, see, he hasn't had anybody killed. His dad is
No,
a
yes, he
police
has
officer.
in this movie.
Yes, he has. So, alright, so in the movie, his uncle that he
Died.
looked up to, that his dad really didn't want to, but his uncle died because he found out
He was a prowler.
His uncle found out he was Spider-Man.
No, he was
So-
the Prowler.
In the yeah, because I still ain't seen
Yeah,
the movie.
yeah.
But
And
it's
for
good.
me-
Y'all
Yeah,
can
he
spoil it.
found
I
he-
don't care.
The way they did
he found out
it.
he was the Prowler, right? Basically, a villain that was trying to kill Spider-Man because his family did not like Spider-Man at all, and they didn't know Miles was Spider-Man. So his uncle was killed, and his dad, he was an officer, showed up to the scene and seen it.
And
Yeah.
thought Spider-Man
And he seen
killed
Spider-Man
him.
was there, so he thought Miles did it. So Miles had to figure out a way to get away from his dad, so he didn't know it was him.
But the way I think about Miles Morales, the way they did him in the movie, I haven't seen the comics, but I'm going to wait to see how they do him in the game also. But I feel like his stuff is also as good as like everyone other Spider-Man, because one, he lost his uncle, and two, he really, when he first got his powers in the movie, he was really scared. He didn't know how to use them. He shot webs. He didn't know how to swing around. He was scared. I like that. And then I didn't like how fast he did it at the end of it, where he like just said, you know what, plot armor, start doing
He's
everything amazing.
He's the one of the smartest developing Spider-Man.
And what makes
And
it better,
his powers are very unique from the other Spider-Man.
he got two additional powers. From
Yeah, he has
Spider-Man.
different powers though.
No.
Yes, he has
Yeah,
different powers.
They gave him two extra powers: electricity. Well, the power control electricity and go invisible.
Hey, yo,
Apparently.
Zod, Arch is in here.
I don't think it's just electricity. It goes by a different name.
Blackout.
Or
Arch is in
different.
Well, see,
I don't
he
know.
doesn't
I
have
think
a
it's
spider
electricity.
sense though.
Electric.
I don't think he has a spider
Does.
sense
He
in the
has a
comic
spider
books.
sense still. No, he still has a
And
spider
Blackout, would
sense.
you like
I
The
don't-
only spider.
No, I don't think
Listen.
so.
Or would you like me to?
No,
he has
does.
different. He has
No, no,
different
get rid of him.
powers
No.
than in
Kick him?
No,
than
listen,
Peter
listen,
Parker.
Listen.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast, my guy.
Listen, he has spider sense. It showed in the movie. He also has spider sense like everyone else. He still sensed it when he was at his powers. The only Spider-Man I've heard of that doesn't have a spider sense is 2099, aka Miguel O'Hara. His spider bite didn't give him spider
Alright.
sense, so he
Well,
can't
neither
sense
does
anything.
Spider-Man
I
Noir
went to go
either.
look it up,
No, he has a spider sense as well.
Miles
He has
Oh,
one
he
as
does
well.
does?
not have
Yeah,
sense.
Noir
He has
has a
something
Yeah,
spider
Miles
sense.
does not
similar
have
to
spider senses, my guy. He had to learn how to use it.
And
He
Miguel
has
O'Hara is
something
the only
similar to a
Spider-Man
spider
without a
sense, but it's
spider
not spider
sense.
sense. It's something else.
Yeah, Miguel O'Hara is the only Spider-Man without a spider sense. He
Yeah,
can't sense anything.
that one he truly doesn't have. Yeah, 2099 Spider-Man.
Which
Yeah,
is-
but Miles has something different
he's
from
my favorite,
spider
but-
senses.
He's I think the second or third strongest Spider-Man, honestly.
Let's just he has a better awareness, better than a spider sense, like a similar, like fifth sense, sixth sense. We just know something's wrong. Let's say that.
Yeah, no, it's a sixth
It's hard
sense, and it involves his lightning, I think, or his electricity.
Let's
It involves
say
his
that.
electricity.
But in my honest opinion, my favorite Spider-Man, Spider-Man Noir. That nigga tough. He knows how to hide, especially since like in back in the days. But he really uses the shadows to his advantage, and thus his costume is made for the dark. I said I like this Spider-Man.
Yeah, I do. Like, I like
Straight to the
Spider-Man
point,
more.
and man is amazing.
Okay.
He's dope.
Who's your
Most
favorite
definitely.
Spider-Man?
I feel it.
I'm asking. Let's go Black Ops
Honestly,
first.
I like Miles Morales. Honestly.
You like
Because
Miles?
he's the only Black Spider-Man.
He's only
No,
part
because,
black.
Like, all right. Basically, with Miles, right?
Freaking
All right,
black.
he shows signs of like, he has a mixture of all three of the main Spider-Mans, Tobey, Holland, and the TV one. He shows all three signs, but mostly he shows signs from Tobey Maguire. The way
Yes,
I found to figure
yes.
out how to use his power, how to use his webs. He's basically like that.
Alright, what about you, V5?
I'm a Peter Parker, bro. I'm sorry, I'm basic.
Nigga, there's
I'm
different
basic.
Peter Parkers, but which Spider-Man?
Toby, I'm a big Toby fan.
The regular Spider-Man.
No,
Let's say,
oh,
let's just say
OG,
this.
I'm
Let's
a
say he
boss.
said original
I'm a
Peter
boss.
Parker. Let's say that original Peter Parker, similar to Tobey
OG
Maguire as well.
Peter.
Alright, Phils, what about you?
I would have to say Tobey Maguire, to be honest.
Really?
And you,
Actually,
Zazen?
wait,
originals.
hold on.
Well-
we brought up all of the Spider-Mans, but we haven't brought up that Spider-Man.
I'm about to bring him up
Is it
right
this-
now. My favorite Spider-Man, dude,
Damn.
is definitely
Like, everybody but ignore me
Spider-Man
again.
2099, bro. That's my
Oh.
favorite Spider-Man. 100%.
For some reason,
And maybe it's just because he inspired shows like Batman Beyond. Like without
yeah.
Spider-Man
Okay.
2099, there is no Batman Beyond, bro.
but like, what I don't like about him is the fact it's just so futuristic. And I'm just looking, I'm like, dang.
I
See, what all
love
those
his
flying-
outfit though,
listen,
because like
listen,
the
listen.
eyes,
Beyond was futuristic.
Yeah, and it's
this
glowing
shit
on
look
the
like
back.
a
This keeps
skull, bro. I
glowing.
fucks with it.
But what I don't like is how it's so futuristic, and sometimes I will find it hard for him to get something to swing on. Of course, there are flying cars everywhere.
Yeah.
But like, you don't know how fast they going, and you can't really just flip that fast on something moving so quick. If it was
I
on the
don't know,
ground,
though.
that's a different story.
Well,
but
you-
that's in the air, and
Well-
and in names, it doesn't seem like that has no ground when the cars are flying. So if he falls, it's kind of over.
So, all right, look at it like have y'all ever
Spider-Man's
It
got
was
a
this-
dimensions Edge of Time. I've seen
no,
those
no,
gameplays.
no,
I'm kidding.
no. None of it. It has nothing to do with Spider-Man 2099.
Okay.
There was a show called Spider-Man Unlimited. It was Spider-Man
I love that show.
has a web cape. Have y'all ever watched that?
Yes,
It
I
only
love
had
that.
like
I've
one season
seen
and
it.
they
I
didn't
love it.
continue it. Like before the season
And
finished,
before.
they discontinued it. Where he was fighting the fucking animal
like this
beings. He
better.
was on another planet with Venom and Carnage. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's about how that was. That setting was like the TV version of Spider-Man 2099. And I'll be honest, if I had to choose a Spider-Man like TV Spider-Man and because there is no 2099, Spider-Man Unlimited is my favorite. Dude was like Miles. He was the first Spider-Man that could go invisible, like Miles Morales can. It's cool as shit, bro. I like that. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a lot more futuristic than I like, but they just seem, in my opinion, they seem to come out with such good ideas because now it's not the original Spider-Man. You can't just use stuff from the comics. Now you got to go out of your way to find new things and make. Oh my God, he's gonna set the world on fire.
Alright,
Zod?
now let me ask
Okay,
y'all
it's out.
this.
It's out. We're good. We're not gonna.
Y'all
die
seen
now.
Venom, right? Y'all seen Venom,
I'm
right?
just
Where
clearing
he's...
out
The,
some
the movie?
items.
Or...
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
or
I
you know
haven't seen
Venom.
Venom yet.
Or
I
at least you know a
haven't,
little bit
but-
about Venom. Okay.
I haven't,
So
but
y'all-
it's all good. I ain't worried about the spoilers.
Alright, so you know basic knowledge about Venom and Carnage. I was gonna say something
Oh, yeah.
about Riot because he was also a symbiote in the Venom movie, but since none of y'all say it, I can't say him.
They
But out of
screwed
the-
Riot over, bro. I
No,
hate
but
when they
Riot-
did that.
Damn it,
No,
King.
he was basically more powerful than Venom. He outpowered him. But listen,
Yeah.
I'm asking all these questions. Who is your favorite symbiote, Carnage or Venom?
Venom.
I mean, there's
is
more than
cool.
that.
I
My
know,
whole
but I don't
thing
know
is
if anyone
Carnage,
else
but I
knows
just
them,
like
so I
Venom
give him basic
more.
too.
Mine's Venom.
I like Carnage. Cause he's
Like
just,
Venom.
I like Carnage because listen, he's just so sadistic. I don't know why, but it kind of reminded me of Saw when the nigga's just going around on a killing spree. It's because his whole
Yeah.
personality is from a murderer, and I'm like, dang.
Yeah,
Alright,
like
tough.
don't get me wrong, Venom is tough, but I gotta go with Carnage, man, cause like it feels like cause even in the comics, Venom had to team up with Spider-Man in order to, to catch a dub against Carnage. It was dope, bro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Carnage,
I mean, shit, they did it in the
I give
games
to you.
too.
No,
Yeah,
no. Even Carnage was
I'm
that
agreeing
strong
with you
that
on
he and
that.
Venom had to team up.
Where the
Spider-Man
hell
and
did
Venom had to
Blackout
team
go?
up.
But
He went into
the only
cage.
reason why I'm
Black, my
picking
guy.
Venom is because the old TV show Spectacular Spider-Man. All right, that's a
Oh.
classic.
Yes,
That is
Spectacular
the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man TV.
Oh
show
no,
to
not
date.
the Spectacular Spider. What about Spider-Man the Animated Series? That's the one I got introduced on.
Wait, is it
oh,
like
wait,
The
wait,
animated
wait.
series wasn't
The
that
one
bad.
where
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
radioactive. Yo, I was watching that on like what was it, Disney Plus. I was back in
Wow,
like, this is my childhood.
I don't remember. I don't.
Which one was the one that was like
But I know there
Spider-Man,
wasn't there like
Spider-Man?
one
Oh,
where
fuck.
I don't know. There's
Like
two other characters. I
Spider-Man?
forget what the fuck their names. are.
Spider-Man.
Hey, yo, listen, I'm gonna let you know this. Did you know one time back in the days, Avatar was considered an anime?
Yeah,
I still
they-
count it as an anime. I don't know what niggas talking about.
It's confirmed
That was
it's
way
not,
too good
it's
to
not
be,
like
what's it called?
Japanese related or somewhere with Japanese origin. It's more like
there are no
Niggas
Japanese
be
versions
finding all
of the
anime
Avatar.
level.
That should end
Like all
that.
the bullshit.
although it has sometimes certain animations of anime, it's just considered since it was made in America, not in like somewhere near Japan
Yeah.
or China.
China.
Whatever.
China.
What would y'all count about the company Rooster Teeth making Ruby then?
Okay, see, I don't know how. See, I like it.
Wait,
but
Rooster
I didn't
Teeth
know they
did
could-
make Ruby?
No,
Yes.
yeah, but listen.
RWBY?
Apparently, I went on, and now Ruby, even though they made it themselves and like draw everything, it's considered an anime.
Exactly. Which makes Avatar should be an anime too, because it was too.
Which I found very confusing. But then when I look at it, I saw they had a Japanese. I'm like, they do?
Yeah, they have a Japanese sub, but the dub came first, and it was made in America. It was not.
I don't know why it's
to
considered a
America.
anime because they're physically animating in all of it. Like no one, it's all of them, not no Japanese industry. And I'm just thinking, but how?
I mean,
They-
because my whole
They're,
thing.
they're using an animated system. That's why it counts as an animation.
They're
That's
drawing
Oh, yeah,
everything
they-
themselves. They're doing everything themselves. The animation, the battle scenes, drawing background, grims. They're doing all of it.
But
Yeah, it makes
here's the
sense.
thing: if you count Ruby as an anime, right? Avatar is technically an anime too. Just being honest with you.
Well,
'Cause
I've never
it doesn't
watched
feel like
Ruby.
a cartoon. Because I sometimes even say that Teen Titans.
Don't get me
the
wrong,
OG
Ruby
Teen Titans,
good.
would actually
It's pretty
count as
good.
an anime too. That it just
Yeah,
felt
it has
like
a
an anime.
Japanese intro, and that was
Exactly.
pretty good because Teen Titans was a good show. I don't know.
And then they ruined it with Go. Did y'all hear that they doing the same thing with Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
They
Nah.
do that. They're gonna ruin everyone
They're,
our childhood.
they're doing that. They're doing that. They're
They're gonna ruin
remaking
my childhood.
No.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
You bet your
Please,
sweet
no.
peppy I did.
Did y'all not see
They're revamping Ed, Ed, and Eddie and Teen Titans.
They already
Oh my
did it with
God,
Teen
I'm
Titans
crying.
Go, and I'm like, they already ruined this for me.
Bro, they're about to ruin Ed, Ed, and Eddie, bro. I saw it the other day.
Who? Alright, y'all know Amazing World of Gumball, right? That good show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, tell me y'all did not. Tell me I was not the only one that laughed when the nigga did Dragon Ball references. I was crying.
Nigga,
Bro,
I'm
like,
like,
I was
posted-
fucking
Did you see
gone.
Did you see the Attack on Titan references where they were
Yo.
running around all
Yo, that was
crazy
sick.
into himself?
The nigga whole
And
set,
it
yo,
was
the
funny, he
nigga
was
whole
like-
set in the first episode.
He was trying to
He's
transform
like, is
into
he still trying to become a Super Saiyan?
Yes!
He was straight
What y'all
and
talking
shit.
about?
nigga.
People get so fucking pissed, it just happens.
This one time, listen to this.
All I have to do is harness the power within, and I'll turn into a Super Saiyan.
I'm done, bro. I'm done.
I'm done. I'm done.
You stupid, bro.
And there was this
Yo,
one
I'm not gonna
episode.
lie, you
Listen,
remember that one episode where his sister was getting bullied?
That's
and
what I was
he
getting ready
went
to
straight up
say.
Gohan.
Yeah, he was like,
Yeah.
He was straight Gohan, bro.
Boom, that shit was tough. I was like, hey.
Everyone gets hurt. You don't understand. I'm the one who's getting picked on. Then forget everything I said.
Oh my god!
Just
Oh
off
my-
rip.
That
Funny,
That's
it's all
funny,
funny,
bro.
Bro, like they use so many American animators today. Like Gumball's a good example. Adventure Time is a great example. Regular Show is a great example.
Regular Show.
Of
Let's
how
be
wild
honest.
and
Let's be honest.
outlandish.
Everyone
It-
must love Regular Show. If you haven't seen,
Listen,
you
if
know.
I
One
could
of my
watch
favorite
shows
Regular
of the
Show
generation.
with
I don't
my
care what anyone
dad,
says. Rigby is a beast.
listen, if I could watch Regular Show with my dad, you know it's a good ass show. 100%.
Oh,
My dad
would
would
you say
watch Regular
Blackout?
Show with me and the band when we was playing music together. We'd be waiting on everybody to show up for practice, and half of us are there, so there's like 4 of us just chilling in Mom and Dad's living room, and we watching Regular Show. Dad will get home from work, get changed, come in and sit down on the couch and watch Regular Show with us.
oh my! I know what you're saying, Blackout.
I think the first Cartoon Network show that had a Dragon Ball reference was Codename Kids Next Door.
Oh,
When they had like
yes!
the Goku versus
No,
the
yeah,
Tyson
yeah, I don't
Earth.
know.
Episode you talking
Number
about?
4
Billy
against
and
fucking
Mandy.
Delightful Kids Down the Lane,
Adventures of
dude.
Billy and
I
Mandy,
remember that fucking episode.
You know what I just now remember? Remember that Gumball episode where Nicole and that one white cloud bitch was fighting and it was all anime style? I said, damn.
Yeah.
It was. Remember that show Mad that had like all the anime references talking about
Yes,
Yeah.
that
Yes.
was good,
Super
bro.
Surgeon,
I
my
like
nigga.
that shit. You know,
Nigga
that
says
was
time to
actually
power up
on.
the Super Surgeon.
That was actually on MTV before it came to Cartoon Network. Like, it was a
Yeah, that
legit
was-
show,
it
but
was
they
sick,
used
bro.
they
That
used
show was
real
very
people, and what's his name? The guy that replaced Charlie Sheen as the actor for 2.5 Men. He played in that
Ashton Kutcher.
'70s show. Yeah, Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher was one of the main hosts of that show, I believe. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, it was like that. It was cool, bro. I liked when they did that shit. They had the Batman references, Goku references, the Dora references. That joke was tough, bro.
I have to power up to Super Surgeon. I found the video too.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to power up to Super Surgeon.
That shit
Oh
got me
my
fucked up, bro.
Stupid.
I ain't gonna
But
hold you.
that's-
Sometimes Matt will have some nasty episodes, like little cutscenes. But the favorite one I liked was Black versus White. That was kind of funny.
Zod, go sit
Oh
down.
yeah, Black versus
Yes!
White, that was-
I
that
love the
was a really
stereotype
good one.
episodes, bro. They're hilarious to me.
Yo,
I love
We're on
stereotypes.
the topic of Dragon Ball. Sorry to cut you off. Since we're on the topic of Dragon
I'm
Ball.
gonna talk about more,
What
aren't
do you
you?
think about fucking? What do you think about Xenoverse on its last fucking time with the raids and not giving us our rewards?
Yo, I ain't gonna
What do you
hold you.
think about
You know
that,
what?
Jason?
I'm gonna let Zayton go first because I already know that nigga probably got something to say.
All right. Do I have to have a filter for this?
Field trip?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay, there's no Phil.
All right. So Bandai, you know, I'm gonna talk directly to Bandai because I'm hoping that eventually, once you post your video, that somebody from Bandai will watch this. Bandai, if anybody's listening, why the fuck are you going to make me grind? Show me the raids, the rewards, and everything, right? It's a light raid. Light usually means the free version, which which you can't get on Xbox, but you can get it on Switch and you can get it on PlayStation.
You can get Xenoverse Lite on Xbox.
Oh, you can get Xenoverse Lite on Xbox?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
they did
Alright.
it.
Yeah.
They did it that
Okay,
way.
so why are you going to tell us what the rewards are, make us grind, and then once PlayStation has their rewards, you don't even want to fucking help try to figure out the problem? It's not like we're asking you to fix the netcode, which we've been doing for years. We're not asking you to do anything but give us the fucking rewards we deserve. I hate raids. I hate them with a fucking passion. I feel like they're stupid and it's a waste of goddamn time. So when I grind on a fucking raid and you have the audacity to not give me my fucking rewards, yeah, it pisses me the fuck off. So Bandai, either get that shit fixed or go fuck yourselves. That's the way I feel.
Honestly, I can't get mad about that. I can't get mad about that because, like, when they dropped the fucking DLC, they knew what they was doing. They did it with the first raid. They did it with that shit. Made everybody waste their fucking time, grinded, and then give us our rewards until, like, days after the next raid came out. So now when this one ends for the fucking DLC, you don't get our rewards.
And
What
it
the
was
fuck
for the
going on with them?
raffle rig too. And it even said it had that reward. And then how you gonna just give
I didn't-
certain players it, but not give us our reward?
Well, it's
I
not
thought
even
we
certain players. It's a specific console.
I know.
'Cause Sony is owned by Japan. Microsoft and Xbox is owned by the U.S. But here's the kicker. They also own Nintendo, the Switch. Why the fuck don't they have their shit? Like, what? It makes no sense.
But here's the thing you're also forgetting, though. The reason why PlayStation has their shit is because they're fucking modders. They can get their shit. Not everybody else on PlayStation has their rewards.
PC can also do it as well, get their modded stuff. I see.
Yeah, so could PC, but that's the reason why they have their shit. Nobody else really has their shit. Not Xbox, nobody on Switch. Half the players on PlayStation don't have their shit. The only reason the other players do is because they're modders. They mod, that's how they get their shit.
I ain't gonna hold you. I got every
Which is
other
fucking
reward.
unfair.
I got the Broly armor, the one with the neck color 2, Supreme Kai outfit, Chile
Like,
outfit, all that.
Alright, for example, okay, bro? For example, right, Nick? When these raids were announced, right? Before the DLC dropped, right?
Mhm.
Everybody on PlayStation and he had the raid rewards. Before any of the raids even dropped.
Little nigga.
But honestly, I just think it's bullshit.
It
Like,
is.
it's
Alright.
the last raid, y'all, and like Xazions said, it's a light raid, it's free. But you made niggas waste their time to fucking grind on a raid, which I'm pretty sure people hate doing because it's like doing an expert mission. So if you're getting rewarded for a raid, and the shit's
Exactly.
annoying. So they do this for this raid.
Whose
But I
dog is
think
that?
it just demonstrates itself, honestly. And Heike, I got a question real quick. I got a dead ass.
No, whose dog is this real quick? Whose dog is this?
Fails.
Someone get their little ass dog.
Is that mine?
Well, hello, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, mine's over here. Mine's right here,
Who
homie.
the fuck?
Hold on.
Oh shit.
Bro,
This
get
just bite me. I'm
Mine
gonna have
over
to
here.
murder with my bare
Men
hands.
got
Fuck,
this.
fuck.
I
Berries.
got a dead ass question for real.
I
So, like-
question.
So we got Shinobi
it's fine.
Strikers, right?
Yeah.
I still say that Shinobi is a good game and it's on its come up. You feel me?
You're
It's
hitting
getting
dog,
better.
bitch.
Agreed.
I hit your
But
dog.
what if Shinobi had the same amount of time as Xenoverse did for development?
I'm gonna leave the game though.
If y'all don't know, Shinobi 1 year to prep the game, while
Mhm.
Xenoverse had 4. And then
Yeah.
they were still making the Xenoverse 1 as a prototype. Technically, it took 5 years because of Xenoverse 2. What if Shinobi had 5 years? I think Shinobi would have blew past Xenoverse because Xenoverse is on bullshit. Let me make a comparison real quick. When you do a quest on fucking Shinobi, right?
Mhm.
Basically, you will get that shit on first try, or because it's not RNG. The only thing that is RNG in that game is the scrolls, and the scrolls are very easy to get because all you have to do is play PvP,
What? Oh,
right? Or am I
what?
whole
No,
thing.
it's. It,
I mean, like,
the
the only reason
scroll
Shinobi says-
RNG.
Oh, did he?
Blackout.
Didn't, my bad. Didn't he?
The scrolls are RNG, but
I'm saying
because
saying
they're-
that they are
I'm-
RNG, but they're not hard to get, right?
they are. Well, they aren't if you're playing every day. If you're playing every other day, and I know that I was playing for like 3-4 days in a row, and then I couldn't play for 2 or 3 days in a row. And I know that I would grind and get plenty of points. I would grind up on rank. I still feel like Shinobi is the better of the 2 games when it comes to developers actually giving us what we deserve. But this is the way I look at it. The reason that Xenoverse RNG is so bad is because if it wasn't, people would have been stopped playing Xenoverse, and they know that. That's why the RNG is so bad, because all we're going to do is get our rewards and then play for a week, and then we're gone. It's just like any
the point. The
DLC.
developers are lazy and they made the RNG hard because they want you to be on that game, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's excuse of
It's not.
Oh.
I agree.
because here's my thing about this. I would be the first person to say that Xenoverse is trash. I will immediately say that. And when Shinobi came out, I wasn't a starter. I will admit that. I wasn't the first person to be like, oh, I don't fuck with this game. When it came on its come up and was starting to get good, yeah, I was starting to be like, yeah, this game is good. Do I make content for it? No, I don't, because I'm retired for now. I'm too lazy to make content. I'm in college and shit. But
Yeah.
the main
I'll put that shit
thing
away.
that Shinobi really does have on Xenoverse, it's its consistency of
Yes.
keeping people's attention, the events, and the outfits.
Well,
The
it helps because you can look at the
creativity-
event board and you can see the new changes. You go to the fucking, it's like, there's a new event happening. Okay, let me go check the board. No event running. fuck?
Yeah, but
I'm
Exactly.
confused. You
There's
just
a
told me
difference.
this is bored
It's
with any
so
shit.
bad.
but there's a difference with Shinobi Striker versus Dragon Ball. With Dragon Ball, they already have a game they're focusing on. It's Kakarot, a game that fucking sucks. They're focusing on games like Legends, Dokkan. That's the games they're focusing on. They don't have time to focus on
I'm talking about, bro,
Xenoverse.
since alright, because remember, Fighters came out like a year after Xeno did, a year and a half after Xeno did, the very next year, or a year and a half, or like over a year later, and you're talking about we ain't been able to look at that. We ain't been able to look at the board since like the first month or two of the game's conception.
Hello.
And the game was, I pre-ordered it. It was October
Hello.
6th. It was October 25th that I got my game because I pre-ordered it, and I picked that shit up at at GameStop, and brought that bitch back to the house. And everybody else that had pre-ordered it had it 3 hours before me because they bought it offline. And that's the last time that you've actually been able to look at the board to try and figure out, hey, what is new? What's happening is new. You know, like that's the last time that's
the
happened.
developers of Xenoverse don't like to fucking listen. Have you not? Okay, this is the only time I'm going to give props to basically Rhymestyle's squad. When Dion, the C-Reacts dude, a document. Imagine making a huge ass document and sending it to the person who officially made the game, right? The company dimps and their developer. Nothing of the sort came out of that.
He
So I
didn't send
cannot-
it. He typed it, like he typed that
He typed-
document. It was
he
like a
typed it
3-page,
up
4-page
in a live
document,
stream, he
and
officially
handed it
handed
to
it.
somebody when
Exactly.
he went to go on the couch. Handed it to them. They still ain't done a damn thing.
Precisely, and this is why I give C-Reacts and Dion credit. Everyone else, I have no fucking idea. Whatever it is, even with Rhymestyle's connections there, I don't even have the idea. I can't fathom how your information
My
can't
gift.
get to them. You have official direct contact,
So I want to give a nigga a
Connection.
flower.
anything to them, and you cannot get a simple document to them. That's ridiculous. That's preposterous. That's retarded.
But I also
don't believe-
do
I
think that it may not be that he didn't give it to him. It may have been he gave it to him. They said, "All right, thank you. We'll look over this," and they didn't even look over it. They threw it on the desk and then piled a bunch of more papers on top of it, and they never looked
If
at
that is, if your theory is correct too, because I'm thinking that way too. It's honestly ridiculous because that shows how much the developers care about the fan base. Because they just gonna pop
I'm gonna
whatever,
say this
and
right now.
anybody
I
who
don't think
just
we're ever
wants
gonna get a
universe
3.
content will just pick it up. The people of Shinobi, on the other hand, listen to the community, drop sauce. It's amazing what they are doing as a development team because they're listening to the community. The best thing for a developer to do is listen to the community. That is why Fighters is so up there right now.
I agree. I mean, it. And y'all tell me what you think about this, because
Yeah, no,
At the end of the day,
I feel.
at the end of the day, and Blackout, stop me whenever you want to change subjects or whatever. When you look at a game that is the best-selling game, and then you look at the next anime game that comes out, it's published, it's not made by the same people, but it's published by the same people. Then you look at the game that came out before the last two games, and it's published by the same people, and you got to realize that Bandai has no competition. Bandai is the only publishing company that will and make money off of anime games. Because I swear to you, if they was to put anybody else in charge, put an American company in charge of selling and making anime games, one Dragon Ball Z game, give it to an American company, bet money that as soon as the fans say, man, listen, y'all got this messed up, they even do it in Call of Duty. The whole problem is Bandai has no competition. It is a monopoly, which in America, that cannot happen. It's against the law for companies to go and buy out other companies. In Japan, it's not a law. They are the only publishing company that puts out legit content for Japanese anime games. And everybody knows, it don't matter what anime comes out, Dragon Ball is always going to be the best or most popular anime on spot. Everybody knows, bruh, if you say Super Saiyan,
I mean,
there ain't
if
a
it
person
wasn't
in the
for
world
Dragon
unless
Ball,
you
my
say-
nigga, there wouldn't be all these other.
there
One
would,
Piece.
though. If they had some competition, is what I'm saying, where they have this well, y'all want to make this game right here, and y'all want to not listen to your fans, y'all want to continue doing this dumb shit, then that's fine. They're gonna quit buying your shit. But Bandai doesn't have that problem because they have a publishing company that can compete with them. That's all it is, bro. It's a monopoly,
That's
and that's fucked up. That's why they don't listen. 100%.
you are right. You are so right.
God, are you on
Facts.
acid? Like the hell you got
Sure.
going on?
A,
But I mean,
a second,
America
and a second
isn't
about Dragon
trusted
Ball.
with anime
One-
like that.
With One Piece directly comes off with the Dragon Ball sound effects and shit. I started watching One Piece. I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm episode 100 and something, and I've been watching it. It wholly copies Dragon Ball sound effects, even if we do the same thing.
Precisely. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's still good. Maybe because their animation.
I mean, yeah, they
season
copied
shit.
that Z style shit. That's why Super changed it up.
Listen, there was a whole rap battle I watched because it was Fire Luffy versus Goku rap battle. It was pretty good, and it said best-selling manga. I said, for real? See this.
One
I
Piece
mean, for
is
real, if we're
one
talking about
of the
best-selling manga,
best-selling
Dragon Ball
manga. It
sits
is
at
true.
top number 1 right now.
No, I could just play the whole verse and it says best-selling manga. You're messing with number
Don't care
one.
about that, Nick.
I know.
You gotta look at it like this. When it comes to manga sales, Dragon Ball's up there. When it comes to fucking anime, it's up there. When it comes to games, it's dog shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to
That is
start
Look
for
at
a second.
Kakarot. Nigga, look at Kakarot. Game was good for 2 days, my nigga.
I get a week. I
I
get
feel
7
like
days.
if people cared about anime and it matters on the development team, games could actually end up better.
Oh yeah.
For starters.
We had Xenoverse.
Nah.
Xenoverse was fun for the time being until the developers did not.
Yeah,
give a
Xenoverse
fuck.
1 was lit because, like you said, Xenoverse 1 was lit because it wasn't one person, one custom characters. You had a longer story mode. Shit was actually good. Then you got Xenoverse 2 is where, yeah, everything is upgraded and better. And you have raid shit, but it's still the same story.
It's pretty much the same story, the same.
It's just sort of different.
It's not
Sorta.
fresh.
Sort of,
Fighters-
but not different enough to be original.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Xeno 1, sure, I get you that one.
Yeah.
Xeno 2, alright, this shit is repetitive.
Precisely.
To be honest, like, alright, the way I see Dragon Ball, how Bond should do this, they should do this shit like fucking My Hero, because in My Hero, you have one part where you can play as your hero, you can play as the hero part. The second one, they have villain mode, where you play as your villain. Why don't they do that with Dragon Ball?
But I mean,
That is
would
that
just
is
indicate
that
you
is
just
big
going.
factual.
But that would just indicate saying you're another character, but it's just a villain this time.
But still, my nigga, like, each anime has the ability to each company has the ability to grasp from one another. They have the ability to copy things. They have the ability to make something better that they don't like.
I
Dragon
can
Ball, look at all these, like, look at, bro. Like, honestly, we all can agree here. Cut me off if I'm wrong, right or wrong. But
Wrong.
Bandai should be hiring the modders, my nigga, because look at the fucking Xenoverse
Yeah.
revamp. Beautiful, my nigga.
Yeah.
The
Gorgeous,
revamp?
my
You
guy.
talking about the revamp? I
The
saw that
revamp
too.
of
The revamp
Xenoverse,
looks
beautiful, bro.
Vegito.
So gorgeous,
God.
my nigga.
Vegeta Super
That
Saiyan
right there,
God.
bro, is that. And look, and that's the reason why, like Jason said, they won't hire Americans because look at the fucking revamp of Xenoverse. Congratulations, boys. Beautiful, bro.
And you hear the
Bandai could
effects,
even
too?
do that.
Such
Yeah.
cleanness.
It looks
Bro,
good.
all-
Yeah,
Bandai,
no,
could,
it just-
Bandai could even add up to that, my nigga. Look at this, right? They got everybody hyped, talking about, oh, Ultra Instinct in the game. Alright, bet, we about to get UI as a form. Nah, nigga. Half-assed us, the UI moves.
Yeah,
I
just
was
the
kind of
moves.
sad. I was kind
I
of
mean,
sad.
I-
I said, damn.
I was pissed.
I knew though that
I
was
was
never going to give us
extremely
UI. I
disappointed.
knew that.
I had a feeling about that, but I want to hear the excuse of not a new race in the game.
I mean,
Where-
what do you
where
want?
some
You
new
want like
races
the only
in
one
the
I
universe.
can
I mean,
think of.
alright.
Wait, real quick.
Alright, that's understandable. That's understandable right there. What he said. Right on a new race. You look at look at a game like this, okay? A kids game, Final Stand.
Yeah, I was going
You
to say
have
that.
Majin.
Actually, no.
race.
Actually,
Yeah,
no, I'm gonna stop
Majin.
you right there. I'm
Saiyan,
gonna stop you right
We're
Human,
There's a game-
Jiren
Android,
race. Well, Android is
Namek,
just.
Jiren race.
Well, I guess
Androids.
the only two races
Frieza
that could
race.
add.
That's 7 races in the game. Saiyan, Frieza, Android, Human,
The Mechian.
Majin, Jiren, and Namek. 7 races. Xenoverse only has 5. What's going on here?
Because listen, they didn't really thought because like they really didn't have much info on Android. Yeah, you can get 2 genders. Jiren race, you can't even customize your ears because you only seen 1 Jiren race and that's just Jiren. You can't customize
Like-
anything else.
Well,
Well,
at the end of the day, it don't matter, bro.
I got another question. Then. All right, then.
What's up?
So y'all talk about Roblox. Let me bring up another Roblox game. Online
Oh.
Generations.
Ah,
Okay.
Facts.
Let
that
me
has
bring up a
different
race
as
for
well.
you. Why don't we have a Beerus race? Think about
This-
it.
There's
Why not a
two.
Beerus race?
There's literally two of them.
I mean,
No,
but, like,
I mean,
you know,
no. Technically,
wait, it's a question
hold
for
up.
you.
Technically, there's three. Technically, there's three. You can kind of count Dispo as one of them.
Dispo technically
No,
counts
I
as
can't
one
really-
of them. And think
Dispo's a rabbit.
Technically, but
Beerus is a cat, so is Champa. There's the
That's a-
fox.
Yeah, but
guy,
like,
purple
yeah,
eyes,
yeah,
black
yeah,
and
that's
white,
but they
no,
look
no,
very
hold on,
similar.
hold on, you're right about
guy.
that.
Similarity.
Hold on. You're right about that, but there are some cats that don't have a tail, my guy.
That is true.
Yeah, it
They do
happens.
get cut off.
I mean,
Ew.
Beerus and Champa are meerkats,
Are-
hairless
are-
cats.
Yeah, no, they're hairless cats. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Sphinx.
But if you look
Something
at
like
the three, why does it look very similar? If it's not basically, a cat race, it's an animal
Just a
race.
purple-
That is
All right,
purple
listen,
for it. That's
listen,
specific.
Ooh,
V5.
there
Here's
you
a question
go.
for you. Here's a question for you.
There you go.
You said you want to add more races, right? All right, now take into consideration the customization, the transformations you're gonna have to give them. All right, I'm gonna ask you, what are your androids gonna have?
Okay, then.
Easy.
Because listen, no, listen. You gotta take
No.
into account each race
I
got
want
their
to
own
give
different
you a
transformation.
full scan thing from a developer. So I want to give credit what credit due is, not basically make this my words. This is coming from another source, and I'm going to be basically disputing that, or basically telling you that there is a person named Sonny the Boss. Just came up with an update, a Roblox game that is probably better than Final Stand. I say it is. They have an android race that have three different transformations. They have bio-androids. They have yardrats. They have Kanashes. You know what a Kanashin is? What's a
Can't really
Kanashin?
see. What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck is a Carnage?
You know what? A Kanashin is the fish people race.
Oh, that's what that one
Remember
guy
something
is.
Talking about that
that,
one
right?
guy destruction nigga?
Right? I
That's
think it's
one god of
crazy.
destruction is. He's a
I mean,
Kanashin.
listen, again, that's my point.
Okay.
What's his transformation? Like for Beer, what's his transformation?
Well,
I already know
here-
what
all
his
right,
race is.
Transformation.
God, nigga.
Y'all looking at this
And
wrong.
that's basically for everyone. They can do that.
Okay.
Every god
No, no,
destruction
no,
can
no,
do
no.
that.
I
want a
like
whole.
where he's getting. I like where he is getting at.
Because like,
I
listen,
like
each
that.
race they need specific transformation for them. Majins, purification to Kid Buu, Namekian,
Okay.
giant form,
Then,
Earthlings,
then
Spectral
let's
Unleashed,
go ahead
Beer.
and bring up
You can't say
Alright,
transformation.
but look at
But
it
listen,
like this, Monty. Look
but
like
wait,
this, right?
real quick.
But you gotta understand one thing, right? Sorry to cut you. You gotta understand one thing. With the Dragon Ball fandom, my nigga, there's different forms. Like, for example, Namekians have Namekian God. Do you see that shit in Xenoverse? Hell no.
But that's not canon.
Storyline?
That's
No.
not canon. That's the point. That's the
exactly
point.
my
That
point. Exactly
is
my
not
point.
canon.
Exactly my
But
point. And that's what I'm
Xenoverse
saying
is
with
not
V5.
canon either. It
Exactly.
takes place in
And that- and that's-
Dragon
and that's-
Ball Heroes.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to get at with V5 saying. Everything he's naming, most of the stuff he's naming, half of them are not even like fucking canon, but they're in a game, not even in Dragon Ball itself.
All right, so
But you know, for
what
this
if-
effect, Xenoverse goes off transformation they see it in our canon. Like Super Saiyan 4, it's in there, but it's not an actual transformation. What I'm saying is this: say they did add Beerus race, what will be the transformation? You can't say God because every God destruction could do that.
Precisely.
Yeah,
I get what you're
Beerus
saying.
race
I
is
get
going
what
to
you're
have the
saying.
power of a god of
They
destruction.
will
They gave him the
probably-
power of a
No,
God.
they will probably get the human, the Earthling treatment.
We get androids
One,
potential.
only
Well,
mainly
they
one
got
transformation
Alpo. I
they
can't
could
remember.
probably think of. And
The only-
I'm honestly going to basically say it's God Key. Honestly, I'll be realistic with you.
So it's something
That
gonna
would
have like that
probably
war
be
Topo
the
did. That
main
war
one.
Topo did.
Topo
that's the
trained
case,
with his
it's
angel
everybody.
and has got a destruction
It's
that.
not
I-
unique.
That's how he
Just give
learned
it to
it.
everybody.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm thinking
can't
of
really-
stuff on top of my head because I'm trying to go off from a different game and try to bring it into the Xenoverse world.
All
I
right,
know what you're saying, but listen, let me say this
If
second.
we're going to talk about a race immediately, then why don't we have Demon then? We have Deborah in the game. We have Fu. We have Toa. We have.
They're just.
Toa.
here.
All right, let me tell you this. All right, I'm gonna tell you.
And you can't
one.
say that they don't got transformation.
Few.
Listen, here's one for a Beerus race. Yeah, say they added that, and then God destruction. Then there would be no point. You can give it to everybody because
That's
Topo
true.
can do it. Everyone. Then at that point, it just basically like
I mean,
potential
yeah,
which
same with
title
Ultra,
can.
yeah, but it's the same thing with Ultra Instinct, my nigga.
All right,
yeah,
well, look at
but
it like
we listen,
this.
we don't get that.
I-
And then now
I
again,
agree with
Think
you.
about it like
I
this.
agree
What did you
Hold
just
up.
say?
But
Hold
you're
on,
bringing
everybody
up the
think about
Beerus
this.
race so much. I've switched it off the Beerus race because I said, okay, then what about the Demon race?
I
then?
mean,
All right,
I
think
can get
about it like
behind it
this.
because
What
the
if
Demon race have
Xenoverse
corrupted
went out of
demons.
their way to make the races that we want, right? But instead of making, a Topo race, a Beerus race, they do this. You have an android race, all right? New race. You have 3 different types of race. You have purely mechanical android race, which you can choose from when you pick android. You
Like
have
Android
biomechanical,
16.
and then you have totally
cell android.
bio.
The cell
like
android.
cells. Yeah,
So you basically got 3
cyborg
options. You can
then-
become like 16, 17 or
Yeah.
18, or cell.
or cell. And then you
But
got
listen.
an animal race. I mean, shit. The president of the world is a dog in Dragon Ball.
But listen,
so it's an
animals
animal
are, I
race.
ain't gonna do that.
But what
no.
about
animals don't
guys
fight.
like
They don't
Murder?
fight.
What about guys like Guldo? What, like, for instance, y'all said a
But
Jiren
listen,
race.
listen,
We
you
don't
don't know
need a
their
Jiren
race.
race. We
You don't
just
know
need
their
a race of aliens where we can make it look like them. And then
listen.
they won't
I'm
have
sorry,
to
go
go
ahead.
out of their way to make all these new transformations. Because Jiren doesn't have his own transformation. He's just strong as shit because of meditation.
Precisely.
And if you look it up, it says that he uses a buff body technique to make himself look so big and to be so big. It's not even what he actually looks like. It's a technique that he uses. So Jiren doesn't even have a transformation and he's that strong. I mean, look at it. If you're a male Earthling, you're not Super Saiyan, but if you're a male Earthling and you can XY with anybody, then you're gonna be able to beat any Super Saiyan 3, any Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, any Super Blue Evo.
Hello.
It doesn't matter.
Hello.
So I don't think that is what we should focus on. I think what they should focus on is
wait,
giving
wait,
us
wait.
the aesthetics
Okay, hold on a second.
of
I know.
E-race.
No, wait,
Sorry,
but
that's
listen, listen
Hey,
again.
say that because
Wait,
wait,
I
wait,
mean,
wait.
like,
But listen, Xazion,
but with
my
Jiren,
point again.
it's different with Jiren because Jiren has different types of traits he goes through. He goes through fear, hate, rage, all that other stuff that
Strength
makes
is
him
his-
strong. He
strength is
embodies
his
that in
only
his
win.
head.
He
Exactly.
he raised his own physical power. He had no transformations. His own
Right.
physical power to at least
But
rival the gods.
Jiren does it, but he also does it through emotion as well. Like, he raised his power through hate. He didn't believe in friendship, any of that. He did it through hate.
Strength physically didn't matter
He
to him
didn't do
until
it
you
through
know
hate.
Goku.
He did it
Just
depending
strength,
on
just
himself
absolute.
alone.
Oh,
Do it
listen,
through hate.
Xazion. I bring up your question. I bring up this question like I asked V5. They added android, like so.
Uh-huh.
What transformations? Could take.
Do you know a
can't really-
transformation that has an? Do you know an android that has
All
a
right.
transformation?
Have you
Because I
not
can
seen
name one
Cell
right
before?
now.
Cell,
name-
but like listen. Say
No,
we did
no,
have a
no,
Cell
no.
race.
Cell is different because he absorbed just like
Exactly.
the Majin
So listen, I'm
Buu
gonna tell
race
you.
did.
I'm gonna tell you. Take that out for now.
You talking about 17?
I was
talking about
talking
absorption
about
another-
13. Look at 13.
Oh, yeah.
But I
He
mean,
took
like,
he
but
took
listen,
the chips of two other androids.
Yeah, but
became
exactly, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Super
Android
13.
13.
listen,
Yeah,
take
Super
into
Android.
consideration of this. Chips are you gonna get? And the
That's-
cell transformation was gonna get.
That's the
but listen,
point.
Let
Yes,
me finish.
that's
Let me
the
finish.
point.
Let me finish. Say that. Whose chips are you gonna get? You can't just say, "Oh, look, chips on the floor. I absorb them."
Yep.
If you had a cell droid, they give a transformation. Who are they gonna absorb? You can't just go absorb in 17, 18 because that was typically for cell. 16.
Yeah.
I can understand if it was a base 16, like a base side, not really anything special.
Be right
but it was
back,
pretty
guys.
cool.
I mean,
Look how y'all
you gotta
giving
look at
these
like this. For the
racist.
transformation, my nigga, I mean, you gotta look at it like this. For the transformation, they could do it the way how they did Raging Blast, where you just sell ultimate and then he wouldn't absorb someone during mid battle.
But I think that's
You could do
stupid.
it
Like,
like
'cause
that.
they're
But no,
nowhere to
but
be
I
I think
think
found,
that
and then all of a
think
sudden
that
they're
would be
there.
dumb.
No,
That's-
listen.
in my opinion.
You said when
Yeah.
cell goes up and absorbs somebody, but if you still check, it's still 17 and 18. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
random
always
numbers.
the
He still
same
goes to
person.
absorb them
Yeah.
because they're specifically set for him. So we really can't absorb them because they're not set for us to achieve a perfect form. Now, here's what they
So
could
you're,
do
so
instead.
you're bringing up other races. No, I wanna ask you something.
What we're-
For
real quick,
Frieza
real quick.
races in Xenoverse, that's already implemented in the game,
Yeah.
right?
Why
Yeah,
can't we
'cause
look
you
like
gotta be-
So
Cooler?
technically, Frieza and Cooler, their final form is their base. So we're not gonna bring up Frieza's 1, 2, 3 nonsense. Okay?
Now, see,
I think that was
those,
stupid either
that
way.
would be a pretty
But,
cool thing.
hold on,
That would be
Frieza-
pretty cool.
Frieza's first form,
It's
Frieza's
basic-
final form is not his base form. His base form has horns. He just powers up in final form.
But listen,
In the manga, it
since
does
you
say
mentioned
that,
those forms,
that is his base.
but listen,
Well,
since you say
it's
those
his
forms,
base because he's so strong now.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
used to be.
Exactly.
It used to not be his base, but now
Yeah, it's
that
to be
you
the
know,
strongest.
because
Well,
remember,
no
even when he
challenge.
came back for
No
Resurrection
challenge.
F, he was regular Frieza and skipped all his other ones and just
Yeah,
straight
exactly.
transformed.
Okay, bro.
And they was like,
Well,
"Oh
I'm not.
crap,
Alright, wait, let me get
damn,
back.
you're strong."
What about Cooler then? Why
If
don't
they
we have
add
a
that-
form like Cooler that bulks up like that?
Why
But
couldn't?
listen,
Yeah, why couldn't we
I-
choose an outfit to transform into? We have the outfits. Why couldn't we just choose our outfit transformation?
all right, let me say this.
Thank you.
Because if you compare it to
If
Shinobi
they-
Striker, do we have Kurama inside us? No, we have the Sixth Path though, and Shinobi Striker, right?
It's because it's not supposed to make sense. You're just training with them. You're learning the skills. There's no thought into it. It's just you're learning
Yeah, he
everything.
has
They-
a
They're
point
main
there.
skills. I can have Susan. I want to have the shotting gun. It's
mean,
supposed to make
I have
more
the
sense.
shotting
You're
gun.
learning
You
it.
just don't see it.
right?
No,
There's no aesthetic for it.
Game.
Exactly. Like, listen.
If everything was supposed
it's
to make
not supposed
sense
to.
in a game,
It's not supposed to
Right.
make sense. You're just learning from the mentor,
exactly.
bitch. Anyway, as I was saying, you're just learning
But
from.
even still, Xenoverse doesn't have things that basically
Listen to you,
that
goddamn
that
motherfucker.
hasn't
Now, if it's
explained
on a different
that can
game,
be
I'll
done,
beat your
like
ass
Coolest
real
Form,
quick.
that is not
No
in
cap.
the game. Explain why. That should be a thing.
Now back to what I was saying, cooler fifth form. Now say they took off the aesthetics for him, like that head. If they took that off, and actually get the transformation for that,
Well,
I would like that
if
better.
that's the case,
It's
my nigga,
basically
then
a
why don't
bulked
Saiyans
up
have
fucking
graded?
form like Master Roshi's
Hold
for
on.
Earthlings.
Wait,
It's pretty
wait.
much
But that's the
same.
case. Exactly. If that's the case, then if Frieza full power form or second form or third form or Cooler's form, why don't Saiyans have graded? Why don't, like V5 said, why don't Earthlings have fucking full power form or Kaioken? Well,
They
do
do.
have Kaioken.
Everyone
Why
has
don't they have
Kaioken.
fucking-
Everyone has Kaioken.
Why don't they have Master Roshi's form, the buff form?
Yeah, the big buff.
Agreed.
Exactly. Or
They
or
gave
you
him the
can even
Nimbus
go to
for
the
some
Tien
reason.
route or something and
Because
do something like that. And every single time you go
Exactly.
into
If that was the case,
your
listen,
base form, but you're already
you
powered
seen
up.
Master Chen, right? That little opposite crane school. You're talking
Yeah.
about Master Roshi.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
earthing that
exactly,
power
but you-
to the
but
max.
But instead of basically making that a transformation, you basically make it as your base, and that is the
But listen,
transformation.
is Master Roshi the only one that can do that?
Yeah. You'll buff form.
Yeah, he's the only one that can actually do that transformation. Now they didn't
Okay,
incorporate
but
Master
this-
Roshi
but
in the
what
thing
says-
because no one
But what
else
says
knows
he
the thing.
can't teach But what says he can't teach Earthlings how to go buff form?
If
If
that-
he can teach a Saiyan how to use
Exactly.
Kamehameha, my nigga,
If that
then
wa-
why can't he teach an Earthling how to go buff form?
He doesn't really teach it. Goku teaches you, but listen, that's his point. But listen,
No. He taught Goku how to use the Kamehameha.
and
He
he
taught
teaches
Goku and
us.
Krillin.
Then Touchies does. But now as I was saying, if they was going to
But
do
that's,
that, they
but
should
that's
have.
besides the point, though. The point is,
But
why
then
don't
you
they
can
have
take the
something like
alternate
that?
route with Fu, because Fu knows every single technique. That's how you get some moves in the
Exactly.
game. From what I remember.
But listen, they don't have him or Master Roshi's mentor because listen, it only benefit the male. I don't want to see no buff ass female coming at me like that. Hell no, I'm kind of scared.
Okay.
But
What
listen,
about- what about
Yeah,
Kevin?
All right, then let's
Hold
think
on,
about this real quick.
I can
Have you
say right there where
seen
you're
a
wrong at.
female
I know that, you
Oh,
gonna talk
yeah.
about Khalifa.
in
Kale.
DBZ
Kale,
besides,
sorry,
but like,
Kale.
listen,
Hell,
I don't want to see no
Khalifa
buff
Saint.
coming. No, Kale. She had abs, she had buff almost everywhere. That was
Hold
cool
up,
because it's a Broly look.
Stop.
But that's a Master Roshi
And-
look. Oh,
Hold on, and
top
if that's the
buff.
thing, my nigga, if that's the thing, then why don't we get Legendary Super Saiyan as well as a transformation?
Because we
Yeah.
already have a bunch for
Take
the
into a thought.
Saiyans.
There will be
That's
no point
about
for
all.
exactly.
that.
There's so much.
I know.
for
Listen.
Saiyans, they're
Let
not
me tell you this.
gonna
Let me tell you this.
races.
Let me tell you this.
Because Saiyans are
Here's
easy.
listen, let me say this. Here's transformations I think that are not going to happen. If they do, that's cool. But I feel like it's too late for these. If they was going to put in Legendary, they should have did it right before they even thought about adding Blue. Because Super Saiyan 2 and 3 feature Super Saiyan, now they added Legendary right after. That would make sense because after learning Super Saiyan, they've kind of brought you the Legendary Super Saiyan, which it makes sense learning it. But since we learned Blue, I don't see we getting ourselves God or 4 because we should have got those before Blue because that would make more sense. God, because we just know
Yeah.
first experience of God, and then go straight to Blue after training a little bit longer, and then 4 because say like we did like a little bullshit. It wish us for a tail. We go Super Saiyan 4, whatnot. I would like that, but they didn't because it's too late for that. You already gave us the God form and get skipped straight out of the good ones. That could have been it.
Which is
I feel
why
like
the
it's too
game
late for
needs
that.
to
Okay.
end
No.
at that point. If they're not going to
No,
drop
wait,
any
hold-
bangers anymore, they're relying
Hold
on the
on a
manga.
sec there. Hold on a sec there. Hold on 1 sec. Sorry to cut you off. I want to know what Fails, Zod, and King think on this. You can go ahead and Fails. What do you think on this, honestly? Congratulations with your answer, bro.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
same,
King,
bro.
what about you?
Bitch.
They're
Yeah, bro,
dead,
nice
bro.
answer.
They're dead.
What question?
What are you thinking? Alright, V5, say what you said again.
Which statement?
About
Oh,
transformations.
we were talking about
Okay,
Xenoverse and
alright.
transformations and stuff.
So, why is that the fact that you know? Saiyans have the most transformations. We get that. That's understandable. Frieza races. Why don't we not have a cooler form? Humans. Why do we not have Master Roshi form? That should be something that should be put in the game. But it's too late. You feel me? Like they're lazy.
Yeah, he
All
said
they
his
need to do is
opinion.
hire modders. That's very it. You see how easy they do transformations. It's
Yep.
fucking easy. It's like just
I
hire
like,
them.
this kid, bro.
I mean, he's not wrong though. I mean, like, yeah, he's right. And why don't you add modders? But the thing why they're not doing that is because they fuck how they'll do what they want because they're their own company.
Precisely. And
Alright.
they
That's
don't
why
have
they're doing
any
that.
competition like Xavier
All right, let me
was
state my
saying.
opinion
I
here for a
agree with
second. Jason, remember what you said about the other races like Birder, Gudo, whatnot, right?
Yeah.
I would like. I'm not gonna say it doesn't sound like a bad idea, but but listen, take into account we know no knowledge of what race they are. We know they're an alien. But what's their race? What is their knowledge of it? We just know there's some weird ass alien with them head on it. I don't know what the fuck Gudo is. Nigga got fucking eyes on the side of his head. I don't know what the fuck he kind of
Got a
is.
big ass head.
I don't think that
But listen,
I think I think you're all
Listen,
missing
let
the point though. I
Oh,
think
wait,
it's
before
not
you
about
say
the
something,
specific race. I don't like because in Xenoverse 1 they changed it. They used to call the Freezer races Arcogians. Now they renamed them to now they're just the Freezer race.
yeah, because we have knowledge of them. We don't have
but-
knowledge of no one else.
Right. I mean,
That's what I'm
we
saying.
don't
It's
even
all about
really, bro. Name every Freezer race. Here, I got you. King Cold, Frieza, Cooler. Cooler's not canon.
King Cold.
Exactly.
King Cold,
And
Frieza.
Haiku,
That's the
they
only
should
one.
have made Cooler
Yet
canon.
we have a Freezer race. What I'm
Because-
saying is,
We've been
If
more
they-
developed in
Wait,
Frieza
hold on,
because he
hold on a
shows more
second.
development than
but
canon?
well,
Frieza
Frieza
is
and Cooler.
like the but Frieza is the strongest, and this has been stated in the manga and in the anime. Frieza is the strongest of his breed. Which means that when they gave us the golden form, I was like, why? He's
Because-
the only person that should be able to do that. Like Goku's the only person that should be
We're
able
not
to
gonna
go
count
Ultra
heroes
Instinct.
because Cooler also go golden, but we're not gonna count that because that's
Yeah,
you don't count
but
it
yeah,
out here.
it's
But
one of
listen,
those.
Because CSCs are OP.
Violet, let me give you my whole opinion about what y'all
CSC.
said about transformation of the races. Again, I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad idea for the
golden
races.
form for the Freezer
But
races. So that way they didn't have. So that way they could just give us that, so that they didn't have to cover their ass and add the rest of the Freezer race.
again,
forms.
Zazen, we can't have a race out the knowledge. What do you look? Bird race, no male, Gula race, male. I need information. Do they have
Okay.
transformation?
Well,
any ability?
do
Wait.
Does Frieza have a mom?
But we don't know how.
He does. Frieza is a guy and he has a mom. That's been stated in the manga.
Gay ass nigga with lipstick.
But
Like
we've
I'm gonna call it
never
Whis.
seen it. We've never seen it. Listen,
Okay.
on it.
Okay.
I saw
Honestly,
a
sorry.
fan manga.
Hold
where
up.
the
Sorry to cut
fucking
you off real
Supreme
quick.
Kai
I
was
just
his
want to
mom.
say, I'm looking at a clip from 5 years ago when Xenoverse 1 first came out, and I can confirm that they've been called the Freezer race since Xenoverse 1 came out.
Yeah, he kind of put you on the Arcoji.
Then where
That
did
nigga
I
came
get
all
our
up on
Koji
you.
from?
I
That
don't
nigga
know,
came all up
according
on
to
you.
my-
That
comes
where our
from
Arcosian came
Dragon Ball
from
Online.
was in the actual Dragon Ball, because they mentioned it in the series, and they were talking about a race called the Arcosians. That Saiyan got their shit.
Nigga
that Saiyan
walked
got
in the
their shit from.
campfire.
Okay, so
And hold up. What also made it true that they were the Arcosian race is because in the Broly movie, they said how Saiyans got their tech and shit, and it was from Frieza. It was from Frieza and his dad, how they got their tech.
Yeah, agreed.
I
All the
no
armor
way.
that the Saiyans wore was from Frieza and King Cool.
AKA the Arcosians. So they're not Arcosians. They're Arcosians.
There you go.
All I'm saying is what they should do is because that, in my opinion, they don't have enough information on the Frieza race to give us a Frieza race. All we have is Frieza. I mean, shit,
Yeah,
King Cole
yeah,
got
'cause-
waxed until the Broly movie, 15 years later, got waxed by Trunks. That's the only thing that we know about any other Arcodian that is canon. Any other
I could
Frieza race.
listen.
That's why
I'm
he's
give my whole opinion.
well, all right. So all I'm saying is, instead of going about it, we need to know about their race. All we need is the aesthetics. For instance,
True.
transformations. Just for
Can
instance,
you
transformations. Every race has potential unleashed, correct?
Yeah, because you unlock
Yeah.
from the 10th.
Okay.
Zod,
Now then, other than getting buff, you're not going to be able to change anything. But why can't, even in their Super Saiyan forms, why can't we change the color of the transformation to make a Super Saiyan Rose, to make a Super Saiyan 4, to make, why can't we aesthetic of the transformation? If modders, like y'all said, if modders can do it, why can we not access the most simple part of the game? And that's how you look. I mean, that's what Xenoverse 1 and Xenoverse 2 is based off of. You know, and Rom Style and Syriax got a hold of everybody going, oh, well, what character would you like next? I want General Blue. I want Bulma. You know what I mean? Before all that happened, it was all about what could your character look like? What could you be? I mean, shit, Perfection made a career off of Bojack having an intimate relationship with Goku and making Perfection. Why can't that be a thing? You know what I mean? Like, why is it always a, oh, well, You gotta know what they're about. Why can't we just, for instance, I would love to, because I don't use Super Saiyan, regular Super Saiyan or Super Vegeta that much. I mainly use Future Super Saiyan because the transformation is quicker than Potential Unleashed. It doesn't give me as much power, but it is there, and that's why. So why can't I just change the color of my hair and aura to pink, so I could be a Super Saiyan Rogue?
Alright. Here's
Like,
this.
I'm trying to bring some light here.
Alright. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something about your opinion, and I'm gonna say something about V5. Alright. For one, the aesthetics. You said Super Saiyan, and then Super Saiyan Rose, right?
Yeah.
But that would indicate. But then you gotta think about it. Your character really isn't full of malice, like Goku Black was. You're full of goodness. He can only go Super Saiyan Blue. So having a Super Saiyan Rose aura would be hardly impossible for any of our characters because we're not filled with evil intent in our heart.
I have an idea.
I don't know if that's why he changed. I think because he was already a god though. Kylo is a god.
Like I'll confirm
So I
this.
think that's
Like,
why he was able to. Actually, they already said that the reason Vegeta and Goku have blue hair in Super Saiyan God is because they're not worried about the color or what they look like. They just want to get that new power. Frieza chose
confirm this
his
about
color.
Rose.
Frieza chose gold. Frieza can choose his color in transformation, but we can't. We have to go gold.
Hold up, Xazions, real quick. Black, can you confirm this? And Blue Super Saiyan, it's only with Blue because it's full of good heart, but with Rose, it's full of malice. Is this correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some receipts on that because I from what I've read.
Because
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick?
The only reason why Goku Black has that is because in Universe 10, Zamasu had that same key, but they could never figure out who Goku Black was until he said who he was, and that's how he got Rose, because he mixed the power of Goku and the power of Akai together, and that's how Rose became.
Thank you. That's all I was saying was they've already stated that changed the color of his form, and Frieza purposely chose gold because of Super Saiyan, how Goku beat him. And
yeah, he also said that in the show as well.
Because think about it, Vegeta in his Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan state, the regular Super Saiyan God, the light blue version, he whooped Goku Black's ass that one episode. Remember? So you can't say one is stronger than the other. All you can say is it's how you choose the transformation.
But listen,
Super Saiyan is something you can change, but Super Saiyan Blue, like Blue Evolved and all that, I think you can change it. I just think that Vegeta and Goku don't care about what they look like. They just want to be strong. And that's why
I'm just going to say this real quick.
Alright, now
if Super Saiyan Blue is a mixture of Super Saiyan...
Hold up, let's not speak.
Okay, go ahead.
So, if Super Saiyan Blue is a mixture of Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God, wouldn't that make just Blue Evolved Super Saiyan Blue 2?
No, it's not a mixture. It's not a mixture. It's Vegeta's version of going beyond his limits. I feel like Super Saiyan...
Fuck Ultra Instinct.
Exactly. And that's basically what he's basically saying is it basically looks like Super Vegeta. It looks like Super Vegeta Blue.
Well, it's like Super Vegeta in Back in Cell Saga.
Yeah. That's basically like Vegeta. That's basically like Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 form, but except he goes to his buff form with Super Vegeta and just puts blue on top of it.
Alright,
and
now
it
back
just
to
makes it
Xazions'
more pure. But yeah, what was you saying?
Super Saiyan of Rose. But what would be the point in changing the aesthetics? You're Super Saiyan. But why would you have the Rose aura instead? I know you like the idea of changing your aesthetics, make it look more cooler. Like with Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Rose aura, it would make more sense if you just say, yo, Super Saiyan Rose transformation instead.
But like the reason I say that is because we are us talking here. If like for instance, if we would be talking, I propose that is because it's the easiest way for them to please the fans, and we've been talking about this for 2 years, 3 years, almost 4 years now. And that's my whole point about it is that's the easiest way for them to keep us happy, and for them to be able to continue to put out DLCs. Like I feel, bro, I was literally not gonna buy this free DLC. I was not about to buy shit if I didn't have a YouTube channel. I was not gonna fucking buy it, bro. The only reason that I have bought all of them to date is because I have a YouTube channel. That's it. Shit, I didn't even know that, bro. Everybody had Goku going, bro. How the fuck can y'all use regular Goku Black, but not Rose, but like Goku Black? I was like, how the fuck do you have him? I was like, I had the pre-order, but I can't use it. And so I called GameStop. Was like, yo, why don't I have Goku Black? I pre-ordered. And they said, oh, still have the case? Oh yeah, I still got it. Open it up. What's that paper say inside? Oh, there's a code for me to put in. You know what I mean? It's one of
Now
those
let me
things.
say this. It's for this for both you, V5, and Xazions for both you and V5, alright?
I still haven't got my
Y'all cut,
response
y'all
yet.
cut.
I feel like I gotta stand behind the drip.
Alright. I don't know what the fuck he was wearing, but hey, he was talking about transformations right with different races. But listen, you said it a different race. Why didn't you get Frieza? What he like buff cooler for him? But listen, that's what I'm saying. Zod. Why? Anyway, that's what I'm saying. So say we got the Jiren race. We even saw Jiren. It was just all new. Everyone was like, ooh, okay.
I didn't mention Jiren.
I know, but y'all was talking about new races and stuff. I said this. I want y'all both to answer this.
Okay.
Let's say we got a Jiren race before we met Jiren. We know nothing about him. We don't know what kind of transformation he has before Jiren can even come in. You basically have a race
We don't
with
need
no
all
transformation.
races at the same time coming in as a landslide. You
But
know what
listen,
I mean?
but listen. Let me. Let's say they just added a new race that you did not know. No transformations, but you can still customize it. You don't know what kind of transformation he had. What were their abilities? The race would just be there just for like extra. You don't know anything. Now say they did it. Now say Jiren was introduced.
Or the new
then
fighting
it's-
style, because basically they would have a different fighting style and a
But
different
let-
mechanic.
Quick, can y'all just
be
set
copying
the
out
table?
there. Set up the table. What you gonna do? Cook some food?
No, there's a table.
I don't care about shit about that table anyway. If you just add a race without knowing anything about the transformations, I'll beat your ass in the game. That's the only time you can get me. Anyway. Say we had a Saiyan, but we didn't know Super Saiyan. At all. You couldn't get it. You're just a Saiyan. You're just a pure Saiyan. You got nothing. No boost of anyone. You're just basically sort of like an Earthling. No transformation. You're just...
I kind of
person,
wouldn't mind
person.
it though, because
But like,
If
you
you
have
think
no
about
upper
it, the
boost.
only
Say you
people
fighting a
that-
god. You would get smacked.
You know, fails.
but you're talking
Repeat?
about male Earthlings fight Super Saiyan gods and Super Saiyans all day, and no Earthling on the game should be able to compete with a Super Saiyan. It's all about balance. That's all I'm saying.
I back the other question about transformations. What would be the overall boost? Say we got the buff form. What would his effects be? What would the effects be? I want to hear.
Easy.
Basically, it's
Yeah, go
simple.
ahead, V5.
If you I don't know if
Simple.
you're gonna say increase in melee and base strikes, but what else? That can't just be it.
It
It
will,
has to have a downside and a
it will
bright side.
slow. Simple, slow. It will slow.
Yeah, it makes you slower.
Nigga, what are you doing? Go upstairs.
Cause like,
But then,
because even
I
in
see
the
no
buff
point.
form, even in the buff form, I don't think Master Roshi has used it, except when he was fighting Frieza soldiers, and when he did the Kamehameha in Dragon Ball, to fire at an
Yeah, no,
army.
you got
That was it.
buffer for a split second to use it and then got out of it because he
That was
knows the
it.
drawback of it. You get me?
Yeah, so it's not like he's gonna just pop that junk off and leave it for the whole match. It's not like Super Saiyan.
But listen, that's a huge drawback. He can hardly hold it for like a few seconds. He can hardly do that for
Because
a few
he's
seconds.
old.
No,
he's
even if
old.
he
He's very
was.
old. You do have
Even if
to.
he wasn't though, it's hard to hold that form for a few seconds because it's like Frieza's buff form. But I would
No,
say
you can hold that
100%.
form for pretty fucking long because of OG Dragon Ball. OG Dragon Ball. Yes,
But listen
OG
again,
Dragon
wow,
Ball.
it's basically like a
Original
Saiyan. You got
good
increase in
old
strength or whatnot,
Dragon Ball.
but you're slow in speed, which is not good in battle. You need speed. Although it sounds
Agreed.
cool, but I end it because, like Goku said himself, you have the power, but you sacrifice your speed, and speed is essential sometimes in battle. You need an equal boost in speed and power.
Okay, you're right about
Yeah.
that.
I like
give
the
it
idea
some
of adding
cell
it,
art thing.
but I dislike the idea because like it's a huge
But
downside.
let
Yeah,
me
it's-
retort of what you're saying by speed, right? Because we have the good fat monsters, right? They are not supposed to be fast, like, you know, every other race. You bring up a Earthling who has iframes and a female Majin, got all iframes. It just matters at the frame point at that point.
Yeah.
And
It's-
realistically, if you wanted to make OP as Earth to form actually good, you could do something like give it super armor and drain its stamina for all the super armor that you have, which would be broken. Correct?
Agreed.
Correct.
It has to drop that.
Yeah, I mean, because then it would be just like the Namekian build. It would just be like a, a super Namek. Not a super Namek, but giant
Giant
Namek.
form.
Yeah, like
But even then,
you can't
if
knock
you
them
do have
for
a
that.
slow,
You
it
gotta
doesn't
wait till their
even matter.
stamina drains.
But it doesn't even matter because of the drainage, or if you do give it a drain, because it could be just like, purification form. You have fat Majins that are already tanky enough. You could just make the form a tank form. which would probably be the first one, because realistically, we don't have a
But
type
see,
form besides giant Namek.
I can disregard the Fat Majins because one, the Fat Majins obviously as somewhat similar to Boo. Despite Boo's fat self, he was fast because that was a different species. Master Race is a pure Earthling, so we gotta take into account of that.
Well,
So
the
him
only
saying
reason that
speed
he was
was
Well,
fat-
there is no
Kyle.
technical realism in Pale
exactly.
and Xenoverse. It's Xenoverse.
But
Yeah,
listen, I'm not
the
talking
only
about
reason he was
Xenoverse.
fat, hey Nick, you got to remember the only reason he was fat was because he absorbed the strongest Kaioshin that was fat.
Exactly, but then again,
That's the
this
only
is
reason.
that despite his fatness, he was still pretty fast. But you're talking about a basic Earthling.
Yeah, like what?
let's say Master
what,
Roshi
other
did that.
than Master Roshi,
We're
other than
talking
Master
about a
Roshi,
basic
what
Earthling,
transformation does a male Earthling have? Anybody here? Anybody?
Leash. Tetron Leash.
Potential Unleash
Kaioken.
doesn't
And
count.
that would mean that they are.
No,
Fine.
I'm saying like in general, because if you
Well,
think about it, the
depending
only
on who
reason
you
that
say-
Gohan was chosen was because he was
I mean-
part Saiyan.
Technically, you can say superhuman because Master Roshi has that buff form.
But like, other than the buff form,
Or you could probably
what
say
can a male
Dragon
Earthling
Ball
transform
Super
into?
Krillin, maybe?
I mean, you can do what Tien has.
what the multiform, which splits your power into four?
Yeah. Yeah.
That splits
That's
four
more of
beings
a
though.
technique, not a form. I say that's a technique.
If you really think about it, I'm just gonna count it Kaioken because you just gotta go to King Kai. I'm saying Kaioken basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Leash
Goku
Sage-
hasn't. He's a Saiyan.
Yeah, but listen, I'm gonna debunk that because Kaioken, if you die, you go to King Kai, you learn it. Or
I
someone
mean,
else can
that's not
teach
true
you.
because that's not true because when niggas thought
Alright,
Gohan was
you know
dead, he went
what?
to
Let's
the
not talk
Kai's
about,
world and trained with Elder Kai.
Because
got
he was
potential
chosen.
Unleashed.
He chose that nigga. He said,
Yeah,
"You must come with me,
But they
Gohan."
didn't know that he was a Saiyan nor an Earthling. I mean, they knew he was half Earth.
But that's
But still-
part of the reason that they chose it. They didn't know it either, though, bro. Like
That's why
was
they
just
chose
like,
him. They thought he was powerful
they
enough.
chose him because of his specific genes
Saiyan
and genetics.
cells.
They chose him because
Yeah.
he was the one that beat Cell, not because they knew what was going on with Cell, because they did. But it was more of a half-blooded Saiyan with Earthling DNA has more compassion that makes him even stronger. And like for instance, that's why the whole Super Saiyan bargain sale thing was a whole deal because Trunks could do it
Goten could do it.
without Vegeta. When he was a kid, with his father and mother around, Trunks transformed Super Saiyan when he was a kid, just like Goten. So it's one of those things. It's not about it's literally solely because they are half-breeds, nothing else. They're
Alright,
half-breeds.
but I like Nick to
Okay,
answer my
okay,
question.
okay. All right. Then let's go off the grid then, all right, my nigga. Let's go after GT, right? Let's explain Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. logic, all right? They both went Super Saiyan at a very young age.
Yeah.
They
The
basically,
same as Goten and Trunks.
Yeah, they pulled what they did.
And,
They learned it
and
without
either way you
anger.
look at it, and either way you look at it, it's still Goku and Vegeta.
Just their descendants.
But yeah, all right. But you
But
also
it's
got to
still
think about it
Goku
like
and
this. You think about it like this. Goten and Trunks' Super Saiyan is nowhere near as strong as Vegeta or Goku's first time they transformed.
All right, now I bring you to this point.
Gohan.
Why? Now I know this is a very old topic. I'm just gonna bring it up again. They bullshitted Super Saiyan. Obviously we go to Goku for example. Goku, Bardock. I don't want to count Vegeta. That was just pure desire. Gohan. They did it off pure anger. Gohan's anger of being too weak. Bardock's anger of not being protected, and Goku's anger of losing his best friend. It became
Yeah,
Super
fury.
Saiyan. Vegeta did the same thing while he was threatening Cabba's planet, and that made him anger to hit
Yeah,
him.
but
And
you gotta
then
look at it
we-
like this. Each form of Super Saiyan has basically like an emotion. Super Saiyan was out of anger. 2 was out of sadness. 3 was out of pure
It's
pure
accepting.
emotion.
Well, I would say accepting your.
Nah,
Saiyan,
Well, no,
but-
accepting. It was out of acceptance. Super Saiyan 4 was out of basically love, and then
you accepting your.
Blue and shit was
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Because
then
you got a point on that one, Black.
Super Saiyan 4
You got a point
is
on
accepting your primal. He was accepting his whole race, himself. Remember
exactly he was accepting who he was. Then you got Super Saiyan God. God was basically protecting who you care about, and then Blue was basically there just to have it.
Now listen, take this account. As you already saw, Kaba, he did it. But then as soon as he taught Khalifa and Kale, we all saw the most bullshit thing. Oh, if you feel it,
Yeah.
back,
Hey,
you
bro,
already
what's
Super
the
Saiyan.
Saiyan.
on your
feeling
back.
you getting in your back, bro?
Exactly. I'm like this. For real?
I mean,
so,
and that, bro, if that's the case, that's just like saying, oh, you can get a transfer out of your tickly fit bet. Let me go sit in the bathroom for like 5 minutes and beat my dick. Maybe I get a new form, bro.
All right. Think about it like this though. If you look at They have written in because Toyotaru was the one writing Super, not Akira Toriyama.
But then again,
Toyotaru, his successor, what he did was he said, okay, since Toyotaru, listen, Toriyama forgot launch, so this is what it boils down to. He knew that if he was going to make Saiyans from another universe, if he made them the same way, they would not be able, and it wouldn't make sense for them to be able to transform. Granted, I understand the little tingly back thing, but that's actually a good metaphor because where was the Saiyan tail? In the back.
True.
It wasn't on.
All right,
it wasn't on their ass. It was
gotta
at the
go.
lower back. They even said they even showed the energy gathering up on Kale. Yeah, on Kale when she was trying to transform into the big Broly form. It's all gathering in her lower back where her tail would be. So
which they don't have.
But think about it. Goku
Okay,
didn't have a teacher to turn Super Saiyan. Vegeta didn't have a teacher to turn Super Saiyan. He just knew what it looked like. That's all it was. He knew, what it was supposed to be like. That was it. He didn't know how to get there. Goku couldn't tell him that. Even in TFS, Goku couldn't teach it to Gohan, in the real show.
Sort of.
I mean,
sort of, kind of. Sort of, but it was all Gohan. He gave him motivation.
It was all because Gohan had to learn it because Goku knew that if he was to give his all and force Gohan in, back him into that corner because that's how Goku had to do it, then it was over. But with Vegeta, his son that can transform Super Saiyan, and he's not even 14 years old.
But let's take into account.
Vegeta taught him well. Vegeta figured out how to transform into Super Saiyan, and he taught Kaba the right way. That's why Kaba's version looked a lot better, in my opinion, than the whole, hey, you got to power up, and that feeling in your back when you power up, that tingly, that's what you use.
Good.
You focus on that. Vegeta would have never told anybody that. Vegeta would have been, no, figure it out for yourself. That's
now
how
this brings
Saiyans
me,
are.
now bring to the Super Saiyan transformation and all, and the Saiyan
Sure, I
tail.
don't mind.
Alright, so taking into account.
I don't mind.
But first up, before I say it, bullshit of Super Saiyan 2. Now I was even more bullshit before the Super Saiyan thing back. I found that whole irritated. She just said, "Oh no, Kaba," and then she transformed to 2. I said bullshit.
Well, if you look at what happened,
But I don't care.
the only reason she transformed.
They don't
All right, no,
care.
I get it. I get
Bullshit.
it. But you got to look at.
I
And a lot of people forget this. Kale is the Broly of
I'm
Universe
talking
6.
about Khalifa.
I know,
I'm talking about Khalifa.
I know. Kale is the Broly of their universe. Kaba is the Vegeta of their universe. Caulifla is the Goku of their universe. Even Vegeta has said it doesn't matter how hard I freaking try, every one up, you pull this dumb shit, and he puts Kaioken because he already knows Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan Blue. That's what it boils down to. It's about how Goku thinks about fighting. It's a great reference to TFS when they're saying, like when he was talking to Gohan, and he was like, in TFS when he was in the hyperbolic time chamber, he was like, "See, I could transform like this, and I can be this strong." And Gohan was like, "Bro, Dad, you'll definitely be able to beat Cell." He goes, "Nah, because with this 50% power increase, or with this 100% power increase, I get 50% speed decrease, and it's not gonna allow me to touch Cell. I'd never touch him." And he deformed. And Gohan was like, Did you just do math? He goes, "What? I'm sorry, I was talking about fighting." It's perfect because Goku doesn't think about it like that. He thinks about it like fighting. It's not the same thing. It's just an innate nature, that Saiyan nature of being able to be a fucking badass. And that's all it boils down to.
That is my point of this.
All right. I hear
That's
what
why
you're saying.
Khalifa with the Super Saiyan, she couldn't do it. She didn't go Super Saiyan 2 in the Tournament of Power, though, did she?
Okay.
She did.
I hear
No,
what
she
you're
didn't.
saying. Hold on. I hear what you're saying.
Oh, wait,
and
yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Wait,
All right. Now, I hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna say this, all right? Now, one thing I want to say is, just adding on to what you're saying, people say they don't like Goku and Super because Goku's dumb. That's the thing. Goku is stupid when it comes to anything logical, but when it comes to fighting, he's
a genius.
He's a genius.
I
He's
was about
fucking
to say
intelligent, my nigga. He's so smart, and when it comes to fighting, bro, you try to tell him one thing, he'll stop you right there and tell you something different. Because he's intelligent when it comes to fighting. His martial arts enhancement is way beyond anybody else's fucking fighting intelligence.
Yeah,
Because-
like,
And I'm
look
gonna
at
take
how
the battle
he's-
for Khalifa, for example. He was weakened after going on Tristan one more time.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting Khalifa base form while she was in 2, while, you know, you have to transform. But still,
Well,
he was holding his own for a quick
alright.
second.
There's a difference though. How he knew that, my nigga, is because he knows how to fight like a brawler, my guy, and he knows how to fight like a martial artist. He has every different type of fighting style embodied in him. She was basically fighting recklessly, right? Her and Caleb,
Yeah.
Khalifa's a brawler. She fights recklessly. He knew how to counter her because he's a smart
But she knows
martial
how to
artist.
adapt as well.
Yeah, she
She
does, but
adapt as well.
there's a thing though. There's Khalifa watch, there's Goku watch. Khalifa thought just by throwing attacks and punches, it would basically try to
She
get him
would go
weakened
catch him.
and use more.
Exactly.
Exactly. She thought it was gonna catch him, but Goku played the martial artist way. He played it smart, not going full power quickly off the rid, and saving your energy is way more important than fucking fighting.
Big shovel.
Fighting the way he does. What the hell are you laughing at?
Flower. I
Yes.
just did this.
Hey, but Blackout, you part of the show, you about to smack him, but no,
That was
no, Blackout, you're absolutely right, dude. It boils down to the fact that at the end of the day, Leaflet is Goku's counterpart in that universe.
She's
There
the
is no
brawler, bro.
Gohan counterpart because she hasn't had a son or a
Yeah,
daughter
there is.
yet.
No. There's a Gohan counterpart. You can technically call Kaba a Gohan counterpart because the way
No,
Gohan
Kaba
leads-
is not. No,
I mean-
Kaba is a
Kaba
Vegeta
is Vegeta's
counterpart.
Hold on. You could technically say that he's a mixture of Vegeta and Kaba. Is because no,
Exactly.
sorry, a Vegeta and Gohan because Gohan when he needed training, he went to Piccolo for training and advice on how to become stronger. That's the
No,
same thing
you can't
that
use that though, Blackout, because that's what pissed Vegeta off about Kaba was because Kaba immediately acted like Gohan would. Listen, please train me. Please show me how to do what you did, like Gohan would. And Vegeta was like, and you're a full-blooded Saiyan. You're a
Exactly.
Saiyan.
You
You're
call
coming
yourself
to
a
me to
Saiyan?
show
And
you
that's
how to
exactly
do something?
hold on, that's exactly the
And
thing I'm
like
talking
the
about.
Saiyans are, but they're different. In that
I know
universe, the
I know
Saiyans
they're
are
different.
good.
But what I'm saying is that's basically how it started. He had that Gohan mentality until Vegeta put in his brain. That's not how we Saiyans act. You're a full-blooded Saiyan. Basically, the reason why Vegeta got him like that is because you gotta look at the past text like this. Look at how Trunks was when he came back in the future. Look at how Goku's two sons are growing up. They didn't have that embodiment like Kid Trunks does. He wants to actually fight like his dad and be a Saiyan. So Vegeta thought, hey, why not embody that inside of Kaba's mind that he's a Saiyan and unleash the anger that he has. And that's when Kaba decided to take Vegeta as a master because Vegeta taught him how to be a Saiyan instead of a weakling and a wimp.
But a lot of it too is it's not about because like Gohan's whole deal. The only reason, and I don't think there are any, like, because you know they still have planet Sadala in Universe 6. You know there is no planet.
Vegeta.
Sorry.
Planet
There is no
Vegeta.
planet Vegeta.
Planet Vegeta is Planet
and in
Sadala, my guy.
there is planet Sadala. You know.
Yeah,
and,
Planet Sadala is technically the Planet Vegeta of that universe. That's how Planet
Right.
Vegeta was when it started out. It was Planet Sadala till it got conquered.
Yeah,
to
it was
Vegeta.
Sadala first. They renamed it after the very first Saiyans conquered the Tuffles, and then they renamed the planet from Sadala to Vegeta because the Vegeta that conquered the Tuffles was the strongest at the time. So you know, Vegeta got his name from the very first strongest Saiyan that conquered the planet. That was it.
What, his dad?
So no, it wasn't his dad.
His grandfather.
It was his. I don't know if it was his grandfather or no. It was longer before that. It was either his great grandfather or great great grandfather. I
Whatever
don't
the
know.
case is, my nigga, around the time there was Legend of the Super Saiyan God, and one of those, and it looks like
Yeah,
Bardock,
yeah,
it looks like Goku's relative or
Yamoshi.
Vegeta, whichever one.
Like that whole like time thing where you look at Bardock went back in time, changed Super Saiyan, and helped the Tuffles. Like I think that they're an alternate universe. I really think that because if that's the case, why don't we have a story about Bardock getting help from the rest of the Saiyans? We don't. Bardock never went back to the past. You know, so it's one of those things where
But
I don't think it
they
was
do
Bardock.
have that
I
ability
think,
to wish him back with the Dragon Balls. They just don't do it.
but back then, especially Planet Tuffle, there are no Namekians. The only people that can make Dragon Balls are Namekians. So I mean, it's one of the things where we have to speculate. Okay, well, did he go here and did he get this transformation? Did he meet these people? Because you know, even Bardock was. I'll be honest, bro. Bardock before the movie, And even in the movie, the only thing he cared about was his family. That was it. He didn't care about the planet. He didn't care about the race. You know, even in the first movie, he was like, bro, he's going to kill all of us, bro. Frieza is coming. He's going to kill all of us. I'm getting all these visions and shit, which I think was a cooler version than the movie, but it is what it is.
Alright.
My thing is, you just can't chalk up a one-off movie as there is a Yamoshi or Momoshi or whatever his name is, the very first Super Saiyan God, but we have no recollection of who it is. It's definitely not Bardock, even though his hair looks very similar to Goku and Bardock's when they turned Super Saiyan. It's not, because if it was, Bardock would have came back in time and they would have wrote about it. But they haven't. They leave it up to speculation, the same way that they did Trunks being born, the same way they did Goten and Gohan being born. It just happened off screen. So it's one of those things that they make us think. They want us to constantly, especially as big YouTubers, make all these videos about, oh, well, who could it possibly be? Who is the very first Super Saiyan God that had 5 other good-hearted Saiyans help him reach the Super Saiyan God level? That's why they do that.
Real quick, Jason. Now back to what I was saying. Now about that Saiyan tail. Take
Where did
consideration.
V5 go?
He left.
He said you have to go. Put in the party chat. I know. Listen, like Universe 6, the planets that all Saiyans didn't have any Saiyan tails, right?
Yeah.
Take into account of this. And GT, I don't know if they said it or not, but I know I can confirm this. The Saiyan tail helps with the mastery of the Super Saiyan form. Now let's take into account of this. Now say if they did have their tails on top of first one Super Saiyan against Vegeta, he would have totally made him go harder than he had to before, along with Goku versus Kale and Khalifa, because that adds more power into their forms. And they completely mastered it without ki loss. Now say that Goku would have had more of a difficult time fighting them together. Now say they had, and now if Kefla as well, I don't know if it's.
I don't think that
I'm gonna know if it's gonna be a third or not, but maybe Kefla could have probably beat Ultra Instinct. Maybe.
I don't think they would have. I gotta go here in a few minutes too. Yeah, I don't think that has a factor. I think that basically what they did when they wrote the Universe 6 Saiyans without tails, what they did was they made a brand new set of Saiyans. Because think about it, the Saiyans that in our universe, in regular Universe 7, they used their tail as their power source. That's why back when Vegeta and Nappa came to the planet, even Raditz, when he came to the planet, they would wrap their tails around them, around their bodies, so they wouldn't get grabbed. And then the stronger you got as a Saiyan, even if you grabbed their tail like Piccolo found out against Nappa, it don't matter, bro. Like, I'm not that weak. You're not going to catch me on that. You can grab my tail all you want. I'll just knock your ass out, and then I'll wrap my tail back around me, because that's what they use. It's the same reason that Vegeta, because there's so many different shit in the Ocean dub, and in the very first release of Dragon Ball, when Vegeta was about to make the artificial moon, he said, Goku, thanks to your father, I'm going to beat you. He was not a good fighter, but he was a brilliant scientist. That shit was not fucking canon whatsoever. And what happened? They retconned it and said, yeah, thanks to a brilliant scientist, I can make an artificial moon, and I can beat you with my.
He said science. He says there's someone blowing up the moon.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. Even in TFS, he was like, "Where's the moon? Where's the moon?" Type shit. Like, that's what it boiled down to. It's like they use their tail as a crutch. Where in GT, which most say isn't canon, and I have to agree with them for now. I feel like it is canon, but it's just a different universe. That's why they have, that's why Super Saiyan 4. It's like Marvel and DC when you look at it. It's just a different universe. Things play out differently.
Yeah, it's an AU.
Yeah, definitely. So,
like Dragon Ball AU.
Yeah, and they're trying to retcon it in order for things to make sense. But Toyotaru was not a retconner. Toyotaru, he forgot characters. He would make stuff, and that's why the power levels went away. Like, they was like, okay, Goku fighting Raditz. They're at Raditz is at 5,000, I think. Yeah, Raditz was at like 5,000. Goku and Piccolo was like at 800 and 900. That was it. And they still could barely beat him. And then when Vegeta and Nappa got there, they was like, Nappa is 5 times Raditz's power level. Vegeta is 15 Raditz's. And then when they got dynamic, motherfuckers is 100 times that. that's why like it just went away. It was too far to judge. It was too much of a gap. And because think about it, if you have 50,000 as a power level and you're fighting somebody with a 75,000 power level, yeah, they're stronger, but you might catch the upper edge if they act stupid enough. But the way Dragon Ball is played out, you're not gonna know. If you're stronger, that means you're faster. That means you're smarter. That means you're quick. That's all it boils down to. So, look at Kale and Caulifla, the Universe 6 saying they're like, I agree with the route that they took. I would not want them to have tails because then, if they didn't say anything about being a grade 8, damn Nick, all right, later. If they didn't say anything about being a grade 8 or transforming into a grade 8, I would be upset. I'd be like, yo, why didn't y'all say nothing about it? But that's all I really got to say on the whole matter, my guy. I got to bounce.
Well,
Blackout.
Yo.
Thank you for having me on the podcast, bro. I appreciate you, dude.
You're welcome, my guy. Anytime.
Hey, yo, Xazions, real quick,
Well,
look to your right.
That wraps up the podcast, folks. Thank you to Xazions for coming on today, along with V5.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. Just hit a brother up. I got you.
Link to
King
Xazions'
Why?
channel.
You best be glad I'm immortal.
Shovel.
Link to Xazions' channel will be in the description below. I will be uploading this on my on the team YouTube channel, which is called Eternal Gods. It will be not Eternal Gods, Eternal Legends. It will be uploaded there. So if you guys want to check it out, link will be in the next video I have on my YouTube channel. So, thank you all for coming and watching, and have a good day.
Have a good day. Hit it with the string.
Have a good day, guys.
Leather slap.
Hey, damn it, I was just playing. It's just string. It's just string.
This is.
I'm gonna